Hello.
Oi, oi. Happening, Shagger.
Back Al. How's you?
Not bad. Barney Dinosaur Forward, he wants his jumper back.
Mate, do you know how much Barney's it took to get this jumper?
Quite a lot of Barneys.
Aye.
It can't be as bad. Remember, like Blair's hoodie he's got on, Impact. The one
Yeah.
that's like the one that's been knitted out of a polar bear's arsehole.
Oh, mate, that looks like the comfiest jumper in the world, though. Holy fuck. I want that jumper.
It's like Dave with his hoodies. How's your legs feeling after Friday?
Ah, they're recovered now.
All
My
good.
ham's are a bit tight. But I'm waiting to go message that boy tomorrow morning. Do you know the boy I was talking about? But Danny sent me to.
Oh, aye, yeah.
I'm waiting to get him to do my legs, my quads, and my.
Rub your hamstrings.
Aye,
Just
he's
did
like,
it this weekend.
honestly, they're so tight. They've never been done before, so it can only do good.
Yeah, I'm booked in next week to get work done because see when I squat down to pick up something, my hammies actually pull like the
Yeah.
proper like twinge. So I'm booked in with Andrea on Saturday. So happy. I can't wait. But I've got tons of things I need done. I've got my shoulder impingement, knee scar tissue fucking broken down and just
I
fuck
need
me.
to get scar tissue broken down on my glutes, like definitely, because it's so bad, so bad.
Did
Like
you I
I was telling Neil that see, like the last time I had to pin, it got so far in and then it stopped, and I had to sit and go like this, like a corkscrew it in. That's bad.
I've had it before when I went into my quad. You put it in and you can actually like feel it gliding out. I was like, this isn't the fucking
Yeah,
right. But then when you pin, nothing came out afterwards. Like, that's not fucking normal.
that happened to me. Is I've only pinned my quads like 3 times,
Mm-hmm.
and the second time I did it, went in smooth. Okay, I felt it going in, but it was smooth. It's when I took it out, I could feel every part of that needle coming out, and it was just like, but like, it glided out, but it was like it was being forced.
Yeah. I prefer it. Like all the areas I pin, I prefer my quad, but it's the one I hate the most.
Yeah,
Um, but like glutes, they're so fucking easy to do. Shoulders, I fucking hate pinning my delts. I fucking hate it. There's something about
I'm
it. It just
not so bad because I've actually got which arm is it? This one. So the way my tattoo like works on my shoulder, like
a
like
marker.
a there's like a marker like
Yeah.
perfectly. Because when I said to somebody where do I pin, and they were like, see that hole? Because it's like just a bit. It's like a bit of skin, but it is literally like a pinhead. And they're like, that bit there is where you pin. And I was like, oh,
I've
okay
got
then.
that. So like see like on here on my dragon, it's like literally like
Yeah,
the third scale in. And so when I go
yeah,
into everything, so I know exactly where it's going into.
yeah. It's good for, isn't it? Like it helps you a lot.
It's handy. But you see Neil, I'm like former sometimes like to Neil, like guide me in. He's like, there. Hello, Neil.
Ethan?
Glad of you to join us. You're fucking late.
Evening.
What?
Glad of you to join us. You're fucking late.
So it's 3.5 hours late for you, is it now?
Family commitments, mate. I'm a
Oh,
family man.
what the fuck is going on?
How are you? Oh, Elsa's gone. Elsa's back.
Nay bad. Nay
Nice
bad.
to
Screen's a little weird. I don't understand why, but fuck it, we'll just go with it.
Ellis, how did you get on procuring your Focus pre-workout?
My focus pre-workout.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, not bad. Easy done, in and out.
Happy days.
Package secured.
How's your week been, Neil? How's Christmas decorating?
Aye, good. Piece of it. All done. All like Santa's grotto.
Who's more happy, your Carby?
Both of us. Need a bit of festive spirit.
But who's more happy, your Carby? There's definitely somebody's like shitting out fucking crackers. It's Katie,
Probably
isn't it?
happy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
probably.
So, Ellis,
Yes.
I believe you got an announcement you want to make.
Yeah, so obviously me and my my coach Leon have been speaking and we're in a good spot at the moment, obviously. So I obviously wanted to compete next year. didn't know when. I was actually looking at doing like the earlier shows, but then I wasn't giving myself enough time to grow. So spoke about it, spoke to you, and 24th of September is the PCA First Timers in Birmingham, and that's the one we're going to go for. The classic, obviously. So yeah, we're a good spot at the moment, obviously being maintenance for like the last 5 weeks.
I say a very fucking good spot, seeing how your composition is.
Yeah. But I think it's the best it's been so far, to be honest. My legs have came on a lot, that's what I wanted to do. That's what I was very insecure about last time I was going to compete. Like my legs just washed away. And that got to me a lot. Obviously there was other things in the mix, but moving forward now, I'm in a lot better spot. I'm a lot happier, and I've got a clear runway where I've still got time to grow. So what you see just now isn't what I'm going to be bringing.
No,
so no, I'm really happy. Like, and obviously I get to share the stage with one of my good friends. So that I'm like even more buzzing for that, to be honest.
It's a good way to do it.
It'll take the nerves away because I'm quite a nervy person just by nature. So having someone there backstage, obviously I don't know if my coach is going to be there. I know it's not far away from where he lives.
Have you spoken to him about it?
I've not asked him if he's coming or not. Obviously I've spoken to him in regards to I'm going down in March to pose and whatnot, to nail my routine. Because I want to get the routine out of the way early so I can just perfect it over time.
Yeah. So it gives you 6 months?
Yeah. That will give me that six months runway to learn how that like routine inside out.
And my personal advice on that is you can never start too early with posing. Like I thought I started well in advance, and even then I was like miles off, really.
You also had a bit of an issue like with your posing though, didn't you? Like you had sessions, but near the end you didn't. You know, if that makes sense. Like not in a negative way. But
I bought a block of sessions from, well, we all know who.
Posing coaches.
Yeah. I got 2 of those sessions. At the end of the second session, I got skin fold tested randomly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then never contacted again about my third outstanding posing session. Now I never asked for the skin fold test, obviously. They just kind of appear very weird, very weird.
A bit strange, if you ask me.
Very.
Well, I'm not being funny. When I go down for a posing session with Andy and he breaks the skin folds, I'm like, is this for back fat to make sure like you can see how things are going? Like...
Oh fuck, I don't know. It was very. But that said, like Danny kind of helped us out with it a lot, and then obviously Drew as well. So my posing was kind of, I don't want to say self-taught because those 2 guys did obviously a fair bit.
Was it beneficial, those 2 sessions you had?
Honestly, no, not really. I learned more from Danny and Drew than I did from them, put it that way.
No, it does. Do you think that's because there wasn't like a time restraint, like they could spend time with you compared to like, how long was your session? An hour?
An hour, yeah. If they turned up on time. I probably spent, to be fair, Danny probably taught me more than 15 minutes than the 2-hour sessions I had.
Okay.
And that's not trying to blow smoke up his arse. It generally was more, more helpful. But that was him being a mate, helping us out, not charging or anything for it or whatever. It was just off his own back.
Yeah.
And then obviously Drew spent a fair bit of time, which is not his specialty area, but he did his best as well. And considering that, I think we did all right. But I would definitely next time before I go again make sure that there's fucking loads of time and loads of practice put in. And that's obviously my advice to you 2 as well, which obviously you in January, Ellis, you're going down to spend time with Leon in March. It's never too soon. So you guys are doing the right thing in the periods.
But Ellis, you do rounds after every session, don't you?
Yeah. So I'm putting myself through 8 rounds of posing after every session I'm doing just now, and I used to do that when I was in prep, but I'm just doing it while I'm in my off season now.
100%.
I got a bit rusty because obviously I didn't I was after I stopped prep, I kind of just stopped posing. I stopped practicing, so I stopped for like 7 months. So that 7 months made me rusty.
Mm-hmm.
So I just needed to get back into it again, get a feel for it, and the more that I did it, the more that the poses started to look better and better and better. I was being able to hit them easier.
Your physique changes. By the end of your 8 rounds, though, you must look like a lot fuller and feel fucking.
Yeah,
it's hard.
You get. I've said this to a lot of people. Like, you could probably get more pumped off of posing than you do actually training.
Mm-hmm.
Is that not like the same as the Hammy Rambo, the FSD7 training?
Very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose it is. It's the same idea. You know, you finish your session, you're posing and posing, hard posing. Like, whereas posing with those who shan't be named, like, yeah, you're getting a bit of a sweat on, but it wasn't that. When Danny put you through rounds, or when Drew put you through rounds, fucking hell. Like, you were sore the next to fucking dogs. Yeah.
I think as well, like Danny, from what you told me beforehand, like he's very big on transitions as well, making sure that you're covered in all areas.
Yeah.
Not just the actual poses, through to the other pose, you know?
Yeah.
So
very, very, very good. Very hard. Which it needs to, you know, it shouldn't be easy. It's a hard part, which is why it's such a big deal. But you can do all the fucking work and all the doubt in the world. If you can't show it off, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Yes. So are you all prepared now for Birmingham? Have you, like, because you put your Airbnb and all that already, haven't you?
Yeah. So the Airbnb's done. Got quite a good deal, to be honest. Not gonna lie. It is. I think it's 450 meters away from the town centre. It says.
Ridiculous.
Ideal for the price of it.
Just a shame for the first 3 days you'll be in the fucking flat, not moving a fucking muscle.
Fucking bless.
I'm buzzing for it though. Like every time that I'm looking at something and booking something, it just gets more exciting, making it more real again. But yeah, just taking every day as it comes. I'm not going to overstress myself and put too much pressure on myself this time because I did it last time and it ruined me.
What show were you going to do last time?
It was Two Bros. It was a Mr. JT Grand Prix.
Okay.
It was on
24th. Was that because
at
the time, like, are you right? Let's not name any brands here, but at the time you're sponsored by a certain, or you're endorsed by a certain supplement company. Is that still on the go?
No.
Right. So if that's not on the go, we can talk about it then. Is it true that a certain company used to endorse people and bump them up slightly higher if it was their show? That was a thing at the time, wasn't it? Something came out about that.
Yeah. There was talks about it. Personally, when the coach I was with at the time found out that that's what happened, he said, "Oh, he did say to me, step in."
Okay.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's not unusual in bodybuilding shows, is it?
Well, yeah, that's it. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we've had a discussion beforehand where if you got somebody at the judges' table and they're coaching clients who are up in front of them, I personally don't think that's a bright idea.
No, what happened to me?
Well, yeah, that's look at that exactly. I mean, the boys behind actually making sure the boy's all right, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I personally feel when it comes to their class, if they've got somebody who put their hand up, they should have like 2 judges as like stepping judges in case it happens. Put their hand up, right? Listen, I'm going to swap you out, tag out, and then like comes the next thing. I've got nobody in this category. I'll step back in.
Yeah,
I agree, but it's like
it's hard though.
Yeah, oh no, it is hard. I'm going to give these judges or coaches a bit of a break here because it's hard. You know, they might have the best intention in the world of being unbiased, but you're still going to be, even if it's half a point here or half a point there, that can make all the difference. Because their reputation's on the line now as well as a coach. So
yeah,
they're placing their own guy last. even if he deserves to be last, it's not going to look good on them. So it's like, well, I'm going to give it an extra half point on his side chest, or an extra, or whatever it is, an extra point on his rear, even though he is kind of lagging. And before you know it, that person's bumped up into fourth, third, second. You know what I mean? But it is hard. Like but yeah, I think the best thing they could do is be like, just step away from the table when they've got people in their classes. Yeah, I would agree. I mean, okay, no, of course. Won't mention a show. It's very prevalent.
He stopped himself there. I like that.
Well, we all know the show where it's very, very prevalent. So, but we're not going to mention that.
So,
I think you just have to, like, I've just now accepted that you're gonna come across it. It's gonna happen. You just have to dust yourself off and move on.
Yeah.
If it does happen to you, like it happened to me, I'm not that fussed. So, on to the next show.
So, Alice, are you thinking just the one show? Any others you're thinking about? You don't also have to disclose anything about those. You got thoughts?
No
teabag today, Neil, no?
So?
No teabag in your shaker day, no?
No. Peppermint tea is fucking banging for digestion.
No, I haven't got one in mind yet. Like, I know that I'm going to do more than one show. I'm not going to diet down just to do one show. I've got two in mind, but it's just dependent. When was the Yorkshire?
Oh fuck! We were speaking about this, weren't we?
It's not the 30th.
1st of October.
Right. That could be a go.
It gives you time.
That could definitely be a go.
Wait, hold on. That ends up being a back-to-back show, doesn't it? Like a week to week.
Pretty much, yeah.
So, if that's the case though, what would you rather come in like bang on for? First timers or the second one?
It's probably like, the second one, to be honest.
That's the thing. You're effectively going to use the first as a tune-up to then go in.
Well, I know that I can get, like, obviously I've been in prep before and I've been like 4 weeks out. Like, I know I can get in condition.
Mm-hmm.
I know what my condition can be, but it depends if I want to take it. I don't really know. I can't really answer it. I'd probably go with Yorkshire. If I was going to do a second show, it'd be Yorkshire, and I'd probably win 100% for that. But I would try and come in at least 90% for first timers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think there'd be a very small gap.
It's a difficult one because your first show you want to obviously make a statement.
Yeah.
But then, yeah, if you've got a second show afterwards, yeah, that's a hard one.
Like if it's 2 weeks after, you can kind of see it.
Yeah.
Might be like bang on for both. But
yeah, but if you aim for 90%.
Yeah.
As I said, it's not 100%. Like I've not even really, to be honest, I've not looked too deep into other shows at the moment. So I main focus just now is first timers, and if anything pops up or I see something and I'm like, okay, I fancy my hands at that, I will. But
depends on what category you'd want to do in Yorkshire anyway.
Yeah.
As well, if you're still wanting to do classic, then you need, again, I hate to keep sounding a broken record, but check your weight caps as well, because it might be different for for your first timers. Because as I said to Niall last week, I couldn't see any weight caps for first timers in classic. But I don't know if there's another one.
I'm not too sure if PTA do it in height classes.
Okay.
How tall are you?
Yeah, there is. That's like short class and a high bulk class. And
yeah, I'm sure it's two bros that do weight caps.
So how tall are you?
I am 5'10". But borderline 5'9", 5'10".
Okay. That extra inch makes a difference to mind. That's what Justin tells me anyway. So
it doesn't your classes.
Well, I'm 5'9". That's it. I'm 5'9", so I'm pretty sure. Oh, you cunt. Sorry, I just dropped my oats. Talk much yourself.
Yeah, so you pay. Well, you're obviously both be in the same class because I think they cut off something like 5'8" or 5'7" or something for short, or something like that. So you both be in classic tall. But then, yeah, it depends what you want to do. Yorkshire, if you want to jump into bodybuilding, or whether you want to stick to classic, or
No, I'll definitely. I don't see myself doing anything other than classic. I might throw one men's physique class in.
yeah. I should
Make a statement.
I think, well, I mean, well, yeah, we can't go into too much. We obviously know the backstory behind that, but yeah, I would.
I could just see it, like also like, from the scene for like Wakanda Forever, going, "Show them who we
No, but obviously this time I do have a statement to make because I've got probably a lot of people doubting me, like because people think, oh, he's prepped, he's pulled out, he hasn't got it in him.
are." I mean, you're
I'm still here.
hospitalized.
I'm still here. I've got it in me, and I'm probably more hungry than a lot of people.
Yeah, but else you're hospitalized. There's a bit of a fucking difference. It wasn't because you just pulled out for the fucking sake of it. You're hospitalized.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that happened to who was it? Kame. He was what, a week out, 2 weeks out from the show. He was hospitalized. He had to be pulled out. So it's you can't help it. These things just happen.
Ain't nothing but a peanut, bro.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
But as I said, I've got statements to make this next year, and I just want to prove a few people wrong and show them that I can stand with people. I can stand against people.
What you need to do is a Jamie Goldie. Be in that physique stage when everybody's got their fucking backs turned, get your fucking legs out, and the whole crowd goes, "What the fuck?"
He's a good guy though. Like I like Jamie, but he didn't have a hard competition on that stage, did he? Let's be honest.
He's up against what, two other people, one person to even tan.
Yeah.
And he wore swimming shorts.
And then he did
bodybuilding posing.
He did PCA.
Don't get me wrong, he's done more than what I've done. He's actually got on stage. Don't get me wrong, he did it.
He's done more than I've done. I'm not criticizing him, but he wasn't against like good athletes, I think.
I'm sure he did a PCA show afterwards, did he not?
Yeah, he came 5th, maybe. I don't know.
I personally think, see, when I see physique people, and you might totally disagree with me, I really like Stuart's body for physique. Is it Stuart Jarrett?
Stu.
Yeah, like he just gets so fucking lean, and there's something about his physique. It's just fucking like a skin, like so it's skinless, just literally like when he came in.
In fact, he's probably the nicest guy alive as well.
Oh yeah, that too. Him and his wife are just absolutely sound.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and also the fact he's got a toothless tattoo, then that's even fucking better. No, I honestly, I really like his body. Like, I think it's funny how when that show came on, there's a guy who was massive, and I'm pretty sure he spent majority of his time on doing his eye walk, and folk are like, right, you're going to hurry the fuck on so other people can get on. And you seen him when they announced people, and he came in, maybe it was a second or third. The guy came in, I can't quite remember, it's that long ago. And he actually was like, what the fuck?
Oh, like, yeah, I remember that.
You know the guy?
Yeah.
But then you see Stuart, and Stuart's humble as fuck. Like, whether he comes first, whether Stuart would ever come first or last, he'd literally be the nicest guy about it ever.
Yeah.
But I love his physique. I just think it's fucking ace.
Yeah, he's got a really good physique. He's got a nice look to him.
Really good. Really good. So, how are you planning to get down to Birmingham then? Are you driving? Because we still don't know what we're doing. Because I think the plan originally is possibly Justine and Brody fly down with Katie. Because it's not fair on Brody having been in that baby seat for like 6 or 7 hours.
Yeah.
And then possibly get a minibus or a drive-in or fuck knows.
I'll play it by ear just now with yous, but it just depends how far away the airport is. Oh, sorry, the venue is from where I'm staying. Because if it's walking distance, I won't need to rent a car.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? It'd be ideal for me to just fly down because I'll be able to walk everywhere if I'm in that close vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just playing it by ear. Don't get me wrong. I'll easily chip in and we'll rent something and drive it down. So it's 6.5 a dozen.
I'm just thinking it might be easier as a minibus purely because if there is water loading happening at the time, I'm not pulling over and taking a piss and then going again. I can literally stand up in the aisle, take a piss in the bottle and throw it the window. And
Yeah.
wait till you see Neil's face, because Neil's got a fucking thing about this.
Fucking ringing.
Just get a catheter fitted for the journey.
That's it.
Just stop at a service station and go for a piss like a normal person.
Yeah, but you've had it beforehand, but you've been dying for a piss, and the nearest service station's like 50 mile away. And it's like,
yeah, like when it comes to pisses, when I need to go, mate, I need to go.
that's it. And the only thing that's going to stop that is if you hear a tug. And I'm not hearing a tug in the car with 4 other guys. That's just wrong.
Rough.
Spicy like below.
I don't know. I just pretty much stop at every service station when I'm on a journey.
Well, how were you when you went down to England a couple of months ago? You stopped off quite a bit, didn't you?
I stopped off fucking pretty much everywhere I could.
Yeah, because you like your waterworks are quite regular, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's fucking like pissing like a racehorse all the time. Yeah, I don't know. We'll just figure it out. I mean, we've got, as long as everything around the show's kind of planned, we've got a bit of time to figure out what we're going to do travel-wise.
and there's tanning at the show, which is handy as fuck.
I get that booked as well.
Yeah, that's don't get none of that self. Don't tan yourself for your first show.
I did.
Did you?
Well,
Yeah,
see, I
did it.
tanned myself. Katie did it, yeah.
And to be fair, she has got a fair amount of experience, to be fair. Neil, are you alright there?
Oh, fuck it. So when I did my show, right, I was speaking to somebody involved in the show. I asked about tanning on site and got told, "No, you do your own. You have to do your own tanning," which is fair enough, right? So that's cool. Then the same person we spoke about just at the start of this had one of the stewards at the show, one of the people that can help in organising, collecting tickets, all the rest of it, was doing this other guy's tan, and then being checked by the judge to make sure his tan was okay. So, yeah,
Sneaky.
just get your tan booked. Yeah, it was. I mean, okay, these things happen. But yeah, just make sure you guys are booked in for your tan well in advance.
Yeah.
And get it perfect. Sunbeds as well. Make sure you're on the sunbeds for a few weeks beforehand.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Why?
I used to
Aberdeen, I'm not used to any sunlight on me, so like literally 3 minutes, I'm fucking red. Also, I'm a bit iffy. Like Justin used to be in the sunbeds as a fucking regular. She used to love them. A little like 9-minute holidays, what she used to call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just don't appeal to me. Like I understand obviously there's a process behind it, but yeah, not a fan.
Yeah, but it's a bit different when you're doing it for
a
big part of your show. It's like it's
going to give you a little bit more definition then.
100%.
Don't get me wrong, it's fucking ace and you get off the sunbeds beforehand, and you if you're lean at the time, you get off and you're like, what is this?
Yeah,
it's better to have that pump on sometimes. It's fucking ace.
Yeah. Quality. I love it. I haven't been for a while, but I do love it.
I'm surprised you guys haven't got one of those kind of cell sunbeds in your house already.
I did during COVID.
Did you actually?
Yeah.
But is that not like the little UV lights are going in your baggies of weed though? No, that's a snort. That's a no, Ellis. Say no. Say no. Plead the fifth. No.
No, like an actual sunbed. Sorry, I was just a bit stunned there. You just actually say that. No, like a proper one, but it was just like a stand-up one, but it was like it was like it looked like a corner. It was based at a corner, 2 sides to it, and that was it.
Is that not a thing like we have done?
No, those ones are no,
not at all.
And I think it actually works compared to like a normal sunbed. Like, was it any different, or was it worse? Better?
I would say it was a little bit worse, to be honest. But the reasoning behind it, I was going to like start charging people,
okay,
and making money off of it during COVID.
Makes sense.
Okay, I would have come.
Do you know what I mean? Everywhere was shut. I thought, fuck it, why not? And I only ended up doing it for some of my friends. But
yeah, why not though?
So have you done with it now? Just got rid of it?
No, it was like a higher So
Oh,
like
right, okay.
company would come and drop it off, you keep it for 8 weeks and then come pick it up.
8 weeks. Holy shit.
That's quality.
Not bad. It was like I think it was like 140 quid, 180 quid.
Jesus.
That's pretty fucking good considering you're what, like 45 minutes, 45 quid or something
Yeah.
for 6 minutes.
60 minutes.
What?
Yeah. It's quite good to be honest.
Yeah, how much for 6 minutes?
60, 45.
Oh, 60. Right, so I
Yeah,
think for
If you,
6.
yeah, if you buy a
Fuck.
block, it's like 45 quid.
That's what you
Yeah,
say.
I read for
Inflation's
it there.
really gone up since I last got my tan done.
No,
Fuck.
I just need to fucking move abroad.
Yeah. Love it.
Did anybody get any questions on NGL? I got 10, and every bastard one was autogen.
I sold mine were all autogen as well, but one came up and I was actually that's not bad. And it was like, have you ever had any surgery done? Which I thought was kind of fitting for some, well, not for some of us, but for the industry we're in. Yeah, exactly.
Like what you were going to
I mean,
do
the
last
answer is
week.
no. Yeah. The
I
answer
had
is no.
surgery. I've never had any surgery. No, I've never had any surgery.
No, neither have I.
Ellis?
I'm not getting into this discussion.
What?
Obviously.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. But no, that's the only fucking one I got. But then I messaged you last night because I remember mine last week we were talking about.
Do you know what? I automatically thought I bet it's that question, but I forgot to message because it was that fucking late. And throughout the whole week, I was like, I bet it's this, I bet it's this. And I just never, every time I seen you, I forgot. And I woke up to it, I was like, that's it, that's the fucking one.
One? Yeah, definitely.
So
let's address it. Who's asking, you or me?
You ask, fuck it.
Yeah, okay. So, I mean, it's a really simple one. So it is, if you were to be sponsored by any supplement company, which one would it be and why?
That's quite a good one.
Yeah, it's quite a good one.
I think it's Ellis. This only happens to Ellis is on.
The beeping, yeah. That's what you said last time was his Fido one.
Oh, is that what it is?
Or his meter or something like
that. How does that keep you awake at night?
Smart meter. I've got used to it, man. Like I haven't heard it once since I've been on tier.
I've heard it like twice or three times.
Do you want me to go turn it?
Sorry, carry on.
Do you want me to go turn it off?
No, because then when you be in dark electricity, you'll be fine.
Yeah, we've got this fucking greenwood ventilation system in the house, right? Which I don't have a fucking clue what it is, but there's like these flaps like outside.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah, not the good type of flaps, but these plastic fucking. I honestly see like if there's a slight gust of wind, those fucking things clatter like fuck. But see now, just just like you just used to it. Like honestly, when I first moved in, what is that? That's fucking broken. It's these fucking. When you're building a house, why would you not think, well, we can quite simply solve this by 3M sticky pads on the inside of the flaps? Won't make any fucking difference, but everyone will get a fucking bit of piece. So yeah, but once you get like a noise and used to it, it just becomes normal, does it? Anyway, the sponsorships. Niall, you're like the supplement fucking guru when it comes to pre-workout, yeah.
Connoisseur is what I had to go by. And I am fucking missing my stems. Majorly. Personally, if I was to go with brands, I'd go between two. I would go with Supplement Needs, purely for all they've got with their health stuff and their health prevention. Also like their products. The taste actually really nice. But I think if it's to be like a proper hardcore brand, I'd go Hostile straight away. Because I've tried the products beforehand, really, really good. I like the people who are on the team. I like how they do their branding. I like how they do their clothing. And like I like what they kind of stand for, that kind of work ethic thing. Like being a coach too, you want people that actually work. You don't want people who just got a coach for the sake of having a coach. They put the work in. Like that's like the pinnacle. So I would go Supplement Needs purely down the whole harm reduction route in their products. But if it was basically just protein pre's and intras and whatnot, I would go Hostile. And the clothing. Like I think some of their tags are fucking sick. I'm trying to look for some right now, but Inside Sups don't have the one I'm wanting, so I'm actually going to have to buy it off the website. Yeah, that's the thing. I should have done on Black Friday because they're doing free shipping to the UK, so this would have been hip the
Or
tax. Yeah.
Your supplement's going to cost you fucking 4 times the price.
Yeah. Well, if you go in and say subs, I'm pretty sure like their bloodshot is like 50 quid or something like that. It's not that bad, but because like the pre-pump by supplement needs at one point it's like 49.99. So you're about the same kind of thing, you know?
That's just fucking extortionate for a fucking pre-workout.
But we'll go into this next because the next thing I've got something I want to actually cover. I need to stop shaking his bottle. Because we found that pre-workout that Alice and I were taking to a certain degree it becomes counterproductive.
Mhm.
But Ellis, if you could be sponsored by a supplement company, who would it be?
I don't think it would be a company per se. I think it would be like an online store. Rather have like a
dark horse. I like it.
I don't. For obvious reasons, I didn't like just having one brand.
Yeah.
Like I would like the range of like getting anything that I wanted to get, anything that company was supplying. So it's just not sticking to one brand because let's be honest, not everything is good. Some brands have one good thing or a couple of good things, but not everything is good.
And it's their marketing that pulls it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that from me.
Okay, here's one. Website then. Whose website would it be? It can't be the one that'll be on sponsored by.
Dick.
That's what you ordered from, isn't it? Because you probably use this code.
Load up subs.
Yeah.
It would be load up subs, but I guess I'm gonna have to re-answer this.
That's the only website you order from, and that's basically it then, is it?
That's really yeah. That's all I really order from load up subs.
Have you tried Gym Power?
No.
I would try Gym Power.
I think I've done like supplement warehouse or whatever they're called. I've ordered from discount supplements, and the majority of my stuff comes off of load up subs.
Right. I like discount supplements. Like I think you get a lot of the Alpha Line stuff and some Access Sledge stuff is pretty good. I just think some of this other stuff like it's very limited to what you're wanting.
Yeah.
What about you, Neil?
I'm actually the same as Els. Els literally stole my answer. I couldn't be sponsored by one company, I don't think. But for a slightly different reason. And we've seen it, we've witnessed it with people in Aberdeen. If you're with a company, your credibility is going to go downhill pretty quickly. There's only so many times you can say, this is the best product I've ever used.
Okay. Yeah.
And 6 months down the line, you're no longer with that company, you're with somebody else. This is the best product I've ever used. 6 months down the line, you're with a different company. Best product I've ever. Your credibility is going downhill. I don't really believe a word you're fucking saying. You're just spouting the same fucking generic shit now because you've changed companies. Whereas, as Ella says, if you're sponsored by, say, a wholesaler or a distributor or a store, you get to sample everything. You can give it proper ratings. You can say, "Oh, this one's if you want to rate the numbers 5 out of 10," or this is. I mean, like you get the pick and choose of what you want.
There's no pressure to just give an honest review.
Exactly. Yeah. If I was to go for a company purely based on their work ethics, it'd probably be Access Sledge, but I've only ever used a pre-workout once, and exactly.
What was that? Was that ignition switch or
switch? Yeah.
Yeah, I tried. What's the other one that's meant to be? It's like maybe the really fucking high stind one.
7th gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did fuck all. Like hydraulic, don't get me wrong, hydraulic is banging. So if folk want like a pump workout and they want a cheap one, hydraulic's like middle line. If you want a cheap one, go for CNP nutrition and it's called expansion. That thing is fucking ace a vasodilator.
But see what I do is bodybuilding warehouse, because they're cheap as fuck. You can buy all the separate ingredients and just mix them into the fucking like your citrulline, your fucking AAK, and all the rest of it, and mix it into what you want.
Dr. Debo. Dr. Debo.
Yeah, it was pretty much what I do. And then like I'll have a base pre-workout because you know me, I don't like high stim anyway. So say whatever it is, something around about 150, 200 megs of caffeine. just for a bit of flavour, and then just fucking chuck everything else into it, shake it up, and away you go. I prefer pump pre-workouts anyway, but so that's kind of what I would do. But yeah, I don't think I really want to be sponsored by one. Not that it really matters because we'll be sponsored by fucking MBF, Supplement Distribution Limited.
Here's a plug.
Anyway, but yeah, no, exactly the same thing. No, I wouldn't want one company sponsoring us, I don't think. Unless it was a long term, you genuinely believed in it. But yeah, it's just too damaging to credibility when you just keep saying the same shit over and over again, the same advertising. Yeah, it just makes you look a bit like a plank.
So here's the next question. Pump pre-workouts, can they be counterproductive sometimes?
Oh, fuck yes. Yeah, 100%. Obviously, take Friday, for instance.
There's a lot of things to take from Friday. There's a lot of things.
There was no more blood that could have went into my muscle. It was so early on. It was so early on. I think we were like the third exercise in, and my legs were full.
Second.
It's
adductors, tempo work and hammies, and then went into the hack. Tempo work and hammies, you're saying you're fucking fried already. Yeah.
Yeah. Like even my adductors, remember as I said to you, my adductors were even fried.
Yeah.
Like I've never felt them that pumped before. And it was just so early on. The rest of the workout was more of a chore. I enjoyed it, don't get me wrong, but it was like literally more of a chore than anything else.
I think so. The one that we took was, you took it too. We all took it on the same day. It was that Neuro Nova pump, and I first took it when I trained. It was a push session, and I thought it was ace, but it literally for me felt like it was now an apostle of trade shoulders. Like, I did it as like my chest dominant day, so I got all my chest out of the way first, then went up the shoulders, and like it was. Now we can do shoulder press, and you're spotting somebody afterwards. You're going back and forth, and you're standing there like this, and your shoulders are down, and all you can fucking feel is your delts go, like that. It was like that constantly. And then legs was good, but like second set of leg press after the hack, like I couldn't even lift it. I had to drop the weight way down. My legs are just fucked, just so fucking full.
Yeah.
But you felt totally different, or a little bit different on it.
Yeah, I took it obviously. I was doing shoulders and arms because my training's been all over the fucking places last week and the same next week. So I've just been kind of trying to squeeze everything in. And I got good pump off it, but I wouldn't say it was too bad, but then I was doing kind of heavier stuff in lower volume, so it wasn't so, do you know what I mean, like not intense, but it wasn't a
you weren't trying to flush out every muscle.
Yeah, not as such, no. So so I never really noticed it, but we could, wouldn't mind trying it, you know, like say for a whole week across every body part and seeing how it felt. Because you know the panel on it was pretty fucking decent, to be fair, right? Or something that I would look at and be like, if you chucked in 150 mg of caffeine, I'd be pretty happy with that. So yeah, but no, I thought it was okay. I thought it was fine.
So I'm going to cycle between both. I'm going to do the supplement needs because I'll say Colosseum's not opening on Monday now. It's opening on Wednesday, so I'll go be training.
How's that affect when your clients have booked in on Monday?
Pardon?
Your clients booked in Monday morning, yeah?
Yeah, I was meant to. I've had to move them. So the plan is now clients in at 5:30 in the morning on Wednesday, go work at the other job till 4, in West Hill for training a client at 4:30 till 5:30, then take this cunt through legs. Else you in the bottom, you at the top.
Bottom.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Right. And then I'll have 2 clients after training with else from 7:30 to 9:30.
So moving forward, so we can get something in plan. What time are you going to be free at most days? Because if you're going to be there all the time and I'm going to be there all the time, it'd be stupid not to train with each other.
Yeah. So what I was going to say to you is, you finish at 4:30.
4:30 Monday to Thursday, and then I finish at 3:30 on a Friday.
Right. So on a Friday I finish at 2:45. So that'd work out fine. By the time I get out there, also you'd have time for a pre-meal and stuff like that.
Yeah, but I can just drive straight from there, eat a pre-meal in the cafe, and wait.
Yeah, this week's quite hectic. This week and next, because also I'm slamming like 2 or something 3 sessions a week with the same client to make up from last week. So I took a week break with the move. Normally like 4:30, but if by the time you need to have food and stuff like that, I can get a client in from 4:30, 5:30, train with you from 5:30, 7:30, whatever.
5:30 will be my go-to time that I'll be there.
Just do that
like,
then, and I'll pick up a client from 4:30 to 5:30.
Yeah,
I can take my pre-workout in last 20 minutes of the session with the client, train with you, and then I'll be it.
Yeah, perfect.
That's easy.
That was a nice, easy plan.
Yeah, I like when the plan comes together.
So let's address this. Coliseum, obviously, the pair of you were at the open day yesterday. Well, obviously now you were there. Else you went out as well.
Yeah.
What's it like? Give us a lowdown because I obviously never seen it.
Well, you walk in the door and it's just very, very bright. It's open. It's so open, and they've laid the kit out very well. Like
it's crammed with kit, but it's spacious.
It's spacious, right? But it is crammed at the same time. You've got like on your left hand, you walk in, on your right hand side is a majority of like back kit, and then at the bottom end of it is like some hamstring equipment, a Smith, and then all your leg stuff's at the bottom
on the concrete,
at the back of the concrete, yeah. Because like a little step you go down, and to your left is shoulders, chest, and some various bits and bobs. There's got a lot of variety of kit, like a lot of variety. I think there's 4 or 5 different chest presses. Then you've got benches. There's like 4 or 5 different row variant machines. As for legs as well, you've got every single piece of leg equipment you could want. So then you upstairs.
I would have liked to seen, my personal opinion, and don't like honestly, I love the place, but I would have liked to seen an adductor machine, and I would have liked to seen a stacked leg extension.
Yeah, we did speak about that because obviously the leg extension they've got there is unilateral.
Yeah.
I've
still
never
good,
had
though.
a good.
There's ways of working around it.
Yeah, I mean, we all know the Sterling one was absolute dog shite and hyperextended your knees and whatever else.
You liked it?
I didn't quite like
it. I hated it.
That thing needed the bin from day one.
So all the Sterling equipment need to be bent.
Yeah, but no, like the gym. Do you know what? It actually suits being an old. See, like it was an old like oil office building. It actually suits what they've done with it. I mean, when you walk up the stairs and everything's open plan again, you've got like your room for the classes with like mirrored. Next to that, you've got the cafe, which like is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like all the small touches he's thought of, like the bathroom. You walk into the changing room in the bathroom and the showers, and it's like, right, okay, this doesn't look like an ordinary gym.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like very, it's very modern, class.
Very, very like high class. But no, I mean, everyone was very nice there. All the PTs were obviously present that day. I think that was all of them. They're all present that day, and they were all very welcoming, very nice. And like they were. What was I going to say? It was just good to see something new happen like that in Aberdeen. Really, really good. Really good to see what they've done with it. And I'm just excited to get myself in there and then have Bob Baggs as my training partner.
Set fucking hamstrings. It was funny though.
Talking of hamstrings, just quickly while you mention it, what the fuck is that thing that you posted that video of today? That hamstring curl. Why the fuck do you need a ladder? Why do you need a ladder to get up to that? You look like a fucking hobbit on it.
You look like a kid in a baby seat, sitting waiting for your lunch.
It's because it's plate loaded. So do you know good gym equipment? So you know that brand that Danny and Jim bought for the tricep dip?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They do one, and it's taller than the Power Zone one.
Really?
Yeah. But no, it's really good because like a lot of equipment when you use it, like I'll say, it drops off at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I was shocked. There's a reason why. So I stayed back after the open day, and I filmed probably about 80% of the exercise library that I'm doing for members of Coliseum. I put 20 kilos in that, and every other video's got 5 reps, 3 seconds in, 3 seconds out, slow and controlled. This one I did 3. And the first rep I did, you can slightly see my face go, what the fuck? It was heavy. I wasn't expecting it. I was thrown by it.
Humbling.
But it felt good. It felt really good. Their kneeling hamstring curl is so fucking smooth.
Nordic curl thing.
No. So, no, the one that they've got Impact, the Exito one. The silver one.
Yes. Yeah, well, yeah, it is. It's just a Nordic curl machine, basically. When you go down. So you're like kneeling and you go down and come back up.
No.
No. So he's on about yours. It's like a standing ham curl, single leg, unilateral.
The one we've got Impact beside the hack, the silver thing, the Exito one.
Right, okay. Sorry, yeah, sorry. So standing, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and this thing's really smooth. It doesn't for me, it didn't tweak my knee or anything like that. It puts you in the right position. It actually holds you in place because like the lever leg for like where your knee rests is in an L position, and it flips from here to that. It physically holds you in place, so you're not having to. Don't get me wrong, it's good for the exit because you actually have to brace to hold yourself in. This one here, I feel you can brace slightly differently to enhance the side you're going into, if that makes sense.
Aye, so you don't need to band this when you're kicking the floor.
You'll find a way to band it, don't worry, you'll find a way.
Oh yeah, I'll fucking find a way. That unilateral leg extension will get banded because I feel them better banded, 100%. Because when I filmed it for Exercise Library, it felt really good. It felt ace compared to the Sterling one. I would still band it.
I like the Sterling one.
But I just like a bit of drag from the bottom, So
yeah.
But it's good. I sent you videos just now actually of the gym. Played around in I played around in all the kit, and it's good. You'll really like the pullover.
Yeah, I actually.
I was so surprised by that.
I had a little shot of that, and wow!
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! It was just as soon as you get, it was just like instant connectivity from there.
Yeah, so I played around with it. I tried it obviously, hands down, hands reverse, and I actually did it if your arms like literally the bars here on here. Also, it'd be light enough by pulling it in, and yeah, I got instant connection in my lats. That seated row that I put the video up on, another one you did standing.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, that DY row as well. Oh, I really like it. Right now, you're thinking it's not fucking dumbbells or free weights. I can give a fuck, but I love that place. There's something about it. It's ace.
No,
but I've got a habit.
I don't have an issue with equipment. I don't have a general issue with equipment. It's decent. Do you know what I mean? But my point has always been learn the basics first.
Yeah.
Like basics work. Like don't like. As I said last night, there's certain people that were like dissing like barbell rows and saying they were shite. Well, they can't be shite if they've worked for fucking decades and built big bucks.
Yeah.
Talking about, did you see fucking the boy Ben from Results?
Yeah.
200 kilo bent over fucking barbell rows for 11.
Yeah.
Most I've ever done is
fucking
120.
60 for me. But I've got a piriformis issue.
140, but it was questionable form. But that was obviously at the end. But yeah, no, like that was important. I don't mind. Like if there's good equipment, obviously you're going to utilize it.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I just
my issue with my equipment is I can go for a while feeling the equipment and it feels ace, and then all of a sudden something feels really off and I can't connect with it at all. Like when Warehouse first got that Gym Shop chest press, the Nautilus copy.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that thing. I thought it was ace. The very first day I had it, like cold, I went onto 4 plates and I managed to get like 8 reps. I had Neil Spotman for the last one. And I managed to run the numbers up a little bit. And then any time after like a certain amount of time, I just couldn't connect with my chest on it. Whereas beforehand, it was like that bang on. Nothing else had changed in session. Warm-ups were exactly the same. Seat was exactly the same. Back rest exactly the same. But I've got a habit. I get to a point where a certain machine and I just can't connect with it, if that makes sense.
No, I get that as well.
So I think this is a really good thing with Colosseum because in my rotation, I'm going to have certain free weight movements, certain plate loaded movements, but there's that many bits of kit you can swap out for. If one's not really working, it's great. But I love that DY row. I sent a video over to my coach Cam and I said, good luck, because you've got a lot of programming to do.
Yeah, I obviously sent the video to Leon as well and said, this is where I'm going to be as of Wednesday.
Get chopping.
Yeah. Because obviously I had to send him, I moved from pure gym to a private gym where 80% of the kit's primal strength. Good kit, don't get me wrong, but I like Power Zone kit. Like obviously I travel out to Stonehaven every Friday to use the Power Zone hack.
Yeah.
So having all of this different Power Zone kit like at your fingertips now it's exciting, obviously.
But not all of it can be good though.
No, I do agree.
Like no company makes everything perfectly, or at least I don't know of one. But that said, if the majority is good, the one I'm interested in really is daft at the sound is the fucking pullover they've got. Because
nice.
Everyone I've used is dog shit.
No, honestly, mate. Honestly.
It looks like the old school one Dorian used.
It literally looks like
the Panata one. The Panata one is pish well.
The Panata one is pish. Like this one is.
I won't even fucking mention the Watson one because
well, in theory,
the
Watson, I like the Watson one. I really I think you have to right. Listen, just hear me out. Hear me out.
No
Watson kit is good.
Disagree.
Chest press is good.
Yeah.
Well, that's it, right? Anyway, so we can move on. That's it.
Right, hear me out, because I'm big on biomechanics. So I'm a big fan of see all those people go, oh, that bit of equipment is utter shite. I'm like, well, how long have you actually spent on that bit of equipment trying every single combination you can, getting the seat right, getting your hips right, all this stuff. I like the Watson pullover. The only thing I didn't like was the way the cam was. It really ripped your fucking shoulder as soon as you got to here. I got an ace connection. I could really stack it. I got an ace connection.
When you finish that Watson pullover, you're like this, yeah?
Yeah.
Down here somewhere, like down towards your knees.
No, I'm doing it. Yeah. I know it should be in.
Yeah. So
you're not getting
it's completely pointless.
You're not getting the full range of motion.
But then it's still a good, I could still feel it. And I could, if I start my session with say long rope pull-ins or pullovers, that's like a feeler exercise. I felt by the time you came to do that, say fourth exercise in, that was really good because also you still get your connection coming through the rest of your session. And like say, even fully stacked, I can still feel it in.
You better dumbbell pullover.
Yeah.
No, I can't.
I love them.
This nose been broken so many times. The last thing I need is a fucking dumbbell falling on it again. It might actually work. It might even straighten it. Never know.
No, I thought the Watson pullover was probably the worst Watson kit they had in that place.
No,
or
that's not the
in
worst.
any place in general. Sorry, under the hamstring.
Yeah.
No, see these plate loaded fucking chest fly things. Horrible.
Oh yes, there just isn't a good one of them.
So I've tried tons. I've tried Watson. I've tried Primal Strength D1.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried one of them. I've tried the Power Zone one. I don't get me wrong, I actually got on well with the Power Zone one. But you can adjust a lot of things on that.
Yeah, I'll be staying.
What was that?
I'll be staying clear of it regardless.
Yeah, for me, I feel it's just an injury waiting to happen in those machines. Personally,
100%.
It's a delta.
Yeah,
they're really bad for your delts.
Yeah, but if that was the case, Colosseum have got a 45-degree pec deck compared to the Fly.
Yes, no.
So, and it's actually quite nice. It's a weird position to be into, but it's actually quite nice. Yeah. I think with them, because obviously I don't like the position in a normal pec deck being like this, but with it, you can get into here, and when you come into here, you can really get that whole elbows in with that kind of pads, and I think that's really beneficial for a lot of folk.
I'll just stick to my incline dumbbell flies.
Yeah.
I was quite shocked on the opening day, though. I didn't see as much people that I thought I was going to see. Like,
there's a lot of sign-ups.
Familiar faces, I'll say.
Your pals are there.
From the two Lost Boys.
What was that?
Said the two Lost Boys.
Cortisol. Right. So
I had a bit of, I don't know. Well, you'll see my post yesterday.
Well, let's get into that. That's a very good
let's
point.
speak about that post.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk us through it?
I basically just said, like, in the run up to this opening of Coliseum, there's been posts and shit about best gyms in Aberdeen, and this is the best gym, or that's the best gym, or this is the best gym. And I just kind of was thinking, this is really sad and quite cringy. Like, with like, you know, best respect to everyone, like, why has it got to be about the best? The last time I checked, there's no award for the best gym in Aberdeen. Like, people might have their favourite places to train, as we all do, and all the rest of it, which is a totally different thing altogether. That's just where you like training. Like, why belittle other gyms that are, do you know what I mean? Like, just accept the fact that there's another independent gym opened up, which is a good thing. Just giving people another option instead of Pure or Snap or whatever.
Would you deem the best gym in Aberdeen somewhere that you have to pay for parking? Somewhere that if you park outside, you get a ticket? Or would you?
I don't know. I don't know what the best, like, what I think the best gym would be.
Yeah,
because everyone's got their personal opinions.
You've got to look at it. Oh shit! You've got to look at it from a point of view where has it got X, Y, and Z? As in, what's the point? Has it got places for parking? Has it got like things that people need? You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go delve too deep into things like that.
Yeah, I know what I mean.
Like, to me, if you're having to go to a gym and park your car elsewhere to get to that gym instead of being able to park outside, that would, I'll take a point off for that straight away.
But people still come. People will still come because of what is inside.
Of course,
right?
But
so we were talking
like Future Fitness, for example. There's no parking at Future Fitness.
Exactly, but people will still come. Yes. That is exactly it. And Future's a fantastic gym. Same with Extreme Gym, Glasgow. It's on street parking the whole way through. But Glasgow, don't get me wrong, Glasgow's a lot better for street parking than what Aberdeen is. Like
fucking Aberdeen's just fucking shit for it.
I'll say this regarding that post, obviously, about like the best gym in that league. It was quite strange how it happened on the opening day. Well, it was convenient that it happened on the opening day, that post. But I think it just made certain people look stupid. Like, why do you care that much? That you have to go out of your way to plaster something over social media about a gym opening? Like, no doubt, they'll probably be there at one point.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. This is like, there's no, like, obviously when the other gym in West Hill opened up, I was flitting between the two because I found one was better for, you know, and then obviously I moved fully into one of them. But like, I don't see why there needs, do you know what I mean? Like, nobody's saying you have to train there. If you don't want to train there, you can train wherever you want. But like, there's no need to take the social media and try, like, I don't know. I don't know. It just kind of got to us, like,
I think Danny has got the best idea.
Especially
like, let's be honest, right? There's only one. I need a word how I say this very, very fucking carefully. There's one gym that we all fucking love to train at in Aberdeen, and that's Anadrol Alley.
It's because it's a no bullshit approach, man.
Yeah,
like it's like how like Flex Lewis is with his gym, how Nathan Diasha is with his gym. Leave your ego at the door. Like, just leave your ego at that door, mate. Like, there's no, you're not better than anyone. There's no hierarchy. It's just train with the same intent as the person standing next to you is training with. And that's all it is, just old school.
Yeah, I just don't know. I just think like for me, it's the big thing is, or what I think is great, is having the option of independent gyms.
Yeah.
The fact that you've now got, you know, well, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 or 5 independent gyms in Aberdeen. More,
Yeah.
less.
Well,
I'd say
I don't want to start. I don't want to start naming names, but you know what I mean. Like
Yeah.
so.
So there's I would say that, but then you've also got like other places. I wouldn't
Yeah,
class as a
no,
gym, but like
what
PT
I'm saying
studios
is,
and stuff, and
yeah,
yeah,
right, but take what I mean is like that we can walk into. That should be something that's kind of Aberdeen or Aberdeen gym community should be kind of proud of. The fact that there is people
Yeah.
opening independent gyms instead of just having, like I say, your Pures, your Snaps. Okay, we don't have JD or whatever, but like dominating the fucking scene. Just be glad
As a
that there is people
oh, you broke
like
up,
people
Paul.
personally or not, take that out of it. You to Aberdeen.
So see,
And
coming,
that's
I
kind
think
of
the great thing as well is also from somebody who's worked at a commercial gym beforehand to then work at independent gyms.
Mhm.
If you want something done, an independent gym will do it in literally a tenth of the fucking time it takes for you to go up corporate, ask them for permission to do this, to order more
Yeah,
fucking soap and all this
you get the
fucking bullshit.
capex fucking expenditure and all that. Yeah.
That's it, right?
Yeah.
But an independent gym will literally like, right, okay, so this needs to be done, right? That's an order. It'll be here 2 days' time. That's it fucking fixed. Done. Well, it should be done like that. But
Yeah.
I do agree.
Yeah, but I got a lot of agreement on the post. I kind of thought, oh, shit, this is going to kick a horse nest, and it wasn't really. For once, I wasn't actually trying to stir the pot. I was just generally saying, can we not just enjoy the fact that there's now multiple choices for independent gyms that you can choose to go from? Because I fucking hate this corporate bullshit. Or work in it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm in a 9 to 5. I don't want to be in it fucking, training it. So having the options of having somewhere independent to go and train, and having that option is the thing that should be applauded, not like dismissed.
The end of the
Just
day
because
as
you
well,
don't like the owner personally.
you're a bodybuilder. Like use another gym to your advantage. Do you know what I mean? There's a new gym opened up. Oh, I might train there, see how the kit's like. You might end up liking it, but instead of just bashing it instantly, like
that's the thing. Like, why do we train? Like, it's not been uncommon for us to train at different gyms for different body parts.
No, it's not.
You know,
it's not
I'll
uncommon.
give you a
I
prime
think a lot of
example.
times.
Really.
yeah. Like
You
we have literally driven a 30-mile trip or round trip on a Friday consecutively for how many fucking weeks just to train legs because of the kit.
Mhm.
You know, because it ticks the box for everything. Don't get me wrong, even though some bits of equipment aren't up to like Arsenal strength or Cybex fucking standards, they've still got a lying hamstring curl, which gets the job done. If you're at a gym which hasn't got that, you're going to go train at a gym which you can utilize everything you can to get the job done.
Mhm.
You know, like
Yeah.
I'll train. I love Impact when it before also Coliseum opened for push, purely because of that pre-core incline press, because I like how the cable feels and I get a lot of tension off it. And then I'll then go into for the isosmith and stuff like that. You know, I've still had workouts in Pure Gym. I think some of the back, I think, don't get me wrong, I think the cable equipment in Pure Gym is actually really good. It's really fucking smooth, the Matrix kit. But
I can't. It's been that long since I've been on. I can't even.
yeah, but it's I think it's one of those things. If you're going to go to a gym, you can say it's the best gym ever, but why would you then travel down to, say, Glasgow to train at another gym if you're leaving the best gym ever? Well, because they've got different bits of kit, right? Okay. So if you're traveling for that, why are you leaving the best gym ever? Because surely that can't be the best gym ever if it's got different bits of kit and you're saying, well, I like going here instead. Best gym ever for you is because it's got fucking everything.
Yeah. That's what I mean. So it's like how it should have been worded. Probably the post was, "This person's my favorite gym in Aberdeen." Job done. Instead of trying to like, I don't know. Yeah, fuck it. I mean, we've spoken about it now. Post is done. Yeah, it's just Aberdeen mentality, though, isn't it? Really, all around. Everyone's got to be better than somebody else.
Well, Well done, Nick and Elena, for opening up a great gym. Thank you
Yeah.
very fucking much. It's well needed.
Hats off.
Well needed. Also, you'll be happy. You know, they've got dumbbells go up to 6 days, so you'll be fine.
So does Impact. I mean, to be fair, Impact go from 50 to 60 with nothing in between, but you know, they're still there.
It's a big fucking jump, though, is it? So when you're trying to move up those numbers, it is a nightmare.
Very humbling. But you just got to get it done. Don't be a bitch.
Just ban some little biscuit plates to the side of the fucking 50s.
See, when I was working for Scottish Gas, they made like fast track apprenticeship for a year. They put us down to a holiday inn in Glasgow, and the only weights that they had was all the way up to 40 kilos. So when I was chest pressing, this is when I was like 14 stone fat at the time. It was actually stronger based on the pure enough what I am now. Flat dumbbell press, I could do the 50s easy enough. And I had to get I had to do the 30s, and then I had to get the guy to basically kind of balance the 20s on top and just kind of hold them there to press. It's a fucking
council gyms like that. It's an insurance thing. So like, if you, I don't know about Aberdeen City and Aberdeenshire, your dumbbells only go up to 30.
Really? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's something to do with insurance, yeah, or injuring yourself or some shit like that. I don't know. You know what the council are like, but obviously governed by red tape and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever suggest you use the council gym.
So, one thing I'd like to touch on, because I explained this to a lot of people as well, on open day, hygiene is a massive thing in gyms. Well, it should be anyway, right? Nobody wants to be working beside somebody who is stinking, because I've been asked beforehand, like, and I know you've been asked, why do you spray aftershave before you work out and stuff like that? Because you don't want to be stinking, stuff like that. See people who are barefoot in gyms. That gives me the fear.
Yeah. You go there to like improve your physique, not pick up fucking verrucas.
Well, I think that's it. So like people like deadlifting flat foot, right? That's the key point there. Flat foot, not barefoot.
Yeah.
Why not just wear socks? And if you're worried about gripping, you get grip socks. You get deadlift socks.
You get yoga socks as well.
Yeah. So
or wear a pair of Converse.
Or that. So I just think, why barefoot? Like, it's just cringe, man. Like, it really is. Like,
I think it's gross, but I don't. I mean, I'm slightly biased in this because I fucking hate feet. Full stop. They look stupid. They fucking they're just horrible things in
they
general.
look stupid.
They do. They look like fucking what's her name from she's got a face like a foot. What's her name?
Susan Boyle.
No, come back to her.
Gemma Collins.
She was an American. She was in an American. No, I'll come back to it.
Was it a porn star?
No, hang on. I'll Google it because now it's going to annoy me. Carry on.
Ellis, how do you feel about feet? Toe?
Partial.
Sarah Jessica Parker. She's got a face that looks like a foot.
Partial to it, but I do agree with you in a certain sense. Like, don't get me wrong, if someone wants to deadlift with their bare feet, fine, but spray it after you're done.
Even then, that freaks me out.
No, I mean, if it's like disinfectant they're using, I don't give a shit.
I totally see where you're coming from.
It's like going bowling, is it?
Was that?
It's a bit like going bowling, is it? You're wearing the same shoes some fucking minx wore like 10 times before you, but they just spray them like that. So yeah, I kind of see where I just think freaking feet are fucking disgusting. In general.
One thing I do think that was actually really more beneficial since COVID is people actually spray the equipment down. Like, I don't think people realize how little that happened before COVID.
Yeah.
I know it ruins equipment.
I was about to say it does fuck the equipment.
Yeah,
but there's two like because of my OCD kind of shit I've got going on with cleaning and stuff, right? See when somebody sprays a bit of kit or sprays a cloth and wipes it preferably because you don't want to fuck the kit. You do realise there's a contact time of 5 minutes before that actually disinfects anything. So see when you spray it and then wipe it immediately, you're not actually disinfecting anything. It's not cleaning anything. Yeah, like if you read the bottles of sanitizer, it's like usually 4 to 5 minutes So ideally, you'd have to spray it, leave it 4 or 5 minutes, and then wipe it off for it to actually do the shit.
And if you do it to a packed gym, that's never going to fucking happen.
No, just benign. Won't work.
Yeah.
No. But I suppose spraying it and wiping it straight off is, well, it's not better than doing nothing because it doesn't work, but at least it, I don't know, maybe feels like you're doing the right thing.
Yeah. But I liked what Arena did. Like Arena just basically wrapped their pads in plastic. Mind when we went out at midnight that,
Yeah.
oh Ellis, we have to at some point, even on prep. No, let's do it on prep because our time fucking zones be fucked. Midnight, Friday night legs at Arena is like, it's a vibe.
It's
What
called.
the fuck is that?
Oh,
Yeah.
if you think the fucking Unit 12 is cold, wait till you come to Arena.
Aye, it is
I'll
fucking.
do it.
Polar
It's
bears
awesome.
hide out in
Really
the
good
fucking
gym.
car park.
I mean, I think a hoodie will be fine. I'll even wear shorts. I'll even wear
It's,
shorts.
I
it is
think
cool.
I think you guys did that, didn't you? The first time we went to train legs, you and Andy wore shorts.
I think so. Big
Yeah,
mistake.
yeah, big fucking mistake. Even leggings for me are a bit fucking cold.
Is that the really old school looking gym in Peterhead?
Yeah,
Yeah,
mate.
yeah. I've not been. I've seen pictures of it though.
Smoothest leg press you'll ever use, and I guarantee if you tried to fix the wonkiness, you'd make it worse.
You know what? I'll have to give credit where credit's due. Though the smoothest leg press I have used to date is a Cybex. Personally,
I
I
couldn't
think
gel
it's
it.
the smoothest. It worked perfectly with me.
See, I was such a fucking dinosaur. I don't really care. Like, once you get used to one, you get used to it. Like, I'm trying to think of a bad one of you. Like, you just get used to them, do you? But
The Matrix one is really fucking bad.
Which one's that?
Yeah, no,
The
I
one
do.
used at
I
Pure
do
Gym.
agree. Yeah, they're horrible.
Really,
Horrible.
really fucking bad.
Really?
So the big thing for me for a leg press is not just more about mechanics, is where you hold yourself in for me. So, for example, the Cybex, I couldn't hold myself in the handles down beside the seat. I had to hold the big fucking black tubes at the side to brace myself in. So on the Power Zone one, I have to use either below the seat on that square bar, or see your unclip handles below there. There's like a little kind of triangle that's right.
Yeah.
I have to hold into there to hold myself in. I can't use
Yeah,
the
I
handles.
always find that's one thing I find with the Power Zone one is I don't really know where to put my fucking hands on it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Fuck it, they all do the job. Like, arsed.
Sorry, it was Leon just messaged me there. I sent him the video of that hack squat, and he's like, "That hack looks fucking disgusting. It looks vertical."
It's a really good, like, also, like, before we kind of all say Power Zone, it's good because it's so fucking smooth. It is.
Yeah.
I think, but like say, not everything's like, there'll be some bits of equipment I think I won't use as much as others, purely for how my biomechanics work. But I love to like it. Like the hamstring curl just brought me back exactly what was at Bodyworks.
But we've discussed this before, like where Danny, like Unit 12, Arena, Impact. Impact's obviously a gym more for everyone, but like Unit 12 and Arena, they don't just have one brand.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I think is the best way to go, is to have different brands that work really, really well. Features obviously like that as well.
Look at when I went down to the Body Academy in Perth, they have got so much old school Nautilus, so much old school Cybex. They had one piece of Panata kit, which they did say like this is the only good bit of Panata kit that's ever made, which is a shoulder press. But a lot of their stuff was like gym, like what was it called again? Is it Gym Leco?
Gym Leco or Gym Leco? Yeah,
however you pronounce it. That old school Cybex, old school Nautilus, and that's all they had, and it was just so good.
I really want to try.
Like, perfectly picked.
I really want to try that Gym Leco hack. Like, there's something about it. It just looks really good. I know we know somebody who's tried it and they didn't get on with it, but
there's that the one that looks like it's almost floating on the one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I think this is the thing. Like some of the Panata kit I found was really good. Some of it wasn't. Some of the fucking I don't know, like
The
Jim Leco stuff. It's
the
just
high
all over
pool,
the place. Like you can't
the,
everything that's good.
yeah, the Pinata high pool that was really bad. Like
The super high row,
yeah, from here
or
because
the converging one. You had the
Yeah,
converging one where it
the,
was facing the squat rack.
yeah, the converging one's facing the squat rack. Yeah, that's the one
Okay.
I'm talking about because when I was doing prep and I had that in my plan, it pulled my shoulder out of place on
I
the
remember that
negative.
night. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I found I've got to admit, out of the Panata stuff, I actually found the back stuff was for me the best out of all. Like I
Uh,
can't think there's one. You know, the pull apart from the pullover, I'll take that out of it. The pullover was pretty shite, but then every pullover I've used, apart from the one in the future, I don't know what brand it is, has been shite.
I think that's hammer strength.
But everything else, I thought the back equipment was it. Yeah, but I thought everything else, Panata back wise, was good. The chest stuff I never really got into. Some of the light stuff was pretty decent, but some of it, you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Like you're never going to please everyone with everything, you know. But, yeah.
don't yawn, you'll make me yawn.
Sorry, I apologize.
We're fucking boring now.
Pardon? Pardon?
I said, are we boring you?
Oh, he's off. No, what it is. It's because I've been on holiday. Like everything's off the pot, and it's weird. Since I've been on this adrenal reset, I've actually had more energy, which is really weird. And also, I know that's what's meant to happen, but it's weird knowing that literally all just happened is just water diluting juice or caffeine-free drinks. Like, see the amount of times you go to a shop like fuck a half Lucozade or whatever, and you look and you're like, got caffeine in it. Ah, fuck you, you prick. No, the best one is the new Lewis Hamilton one. It's like
Really?
passion fruit.
I see everyone posting this, and I'm like, is it really that good?
It is best I've ever had.
I
Best.
can't come away from like the white and the mango. Can't come away from it.
Not fucking bothered by anyone.
Yeah. What's this whole fucking prime thing that all these kids are fighting over at in Asda? Like, I just seen on Instagram, folk are actually fighting in the aisles to try and get this drink that fucking is a Logan Paul or whatever's made.
I definitely wouldn't take. I wouldn't buy it. Not fun in that cunt's pockets.
I don't know. Like, out with my.
Are you alright, Neil?
Yeah, obviously out of sync with everything. I don't know. I barely know who that fucking Logan Paul is. Hi.
You better.
What?
There we go. Are you back?
I've lost you. Yeah, I've lost. I don't know what you're on about. Huh?
What?
Here, you on the wind up. I'm sitting there like, what is going on here?
I know, it's all right. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I suppose it's better than some of your dad jokes.
Oh, mate, I've got some crackers.
Talk about. Yeah. Keep them to yourself.
What's a skeleton's favourite food?
Fuck, I don't know.
Spare ribs.
Come on.
Anyway, so moving on, right? Wait.
Ellis, is there anything else you'd like to bring up? No, that's the thing. Normally, we've got a ton of questions, but there wasn't really any this week. We'll be just sick of a pish.
Fucking. This is the best podcast
ever. Do you have anything else lined up after PCA, or are you just doing the one show and stopping?
One and done.
Just doing one and done.
One and done. I generally think I've put a lot of thought in. Well, I say I've put a lot of thought into it, but I've been thinking about quite a lot. Get the one show done, and if I come first or last, it's still one or done.
But what if you're standing there, right, and let's say you get top 3, and you get such a buzz out of it, then you're like, fuck, I love this. Like,
It's a fair point.
because that might happen. You don't know yet. Like, it might just be like thoughts running through your head, like stress, anxiety, that's kind of making you think just now, like one and done, one and done. But if you stand up in there, right, and then you're beating some good guys on stage, is that still going to be the same mind, like thought process?
This is a very, very good point, actually.
Yeah.
I want to hear your thoughts.
Right. From the get-go, my main thing, and I've always said right now, before prep even starts, is I know Justine is going to suffer. Purely because I'm not going to be here. And it's not like I'm not going to be here physically. Mentally, I know I'm not going to fucking be here. Like, I'm not here at the best of times. Then you've got prep added in, and the food's going to be low, and I can be grumpy when I want to be. And I'm not saying everybody's grumpy on prep, but there is a common conception when they're on prep. Like, don't get me wrong, when I got that lean McCam, that was over 11 weeks. That was a fucking walk in the park. There wasn't a goal. It's just a case of follow the plan, get lean, and that was it.
Yeah.
But that was nowhere near stage ready.
Yeah.
You know? So I personally think it is just one done purely because I don't want to put Justine through any more than what that is. Like, Justine's more excited about me competing than what I am. Well, let's be fair. Everybody, like, you and Neil are more excited about me competing as well, but me actually competing myself.
Yeah.
If I did get the bug and I'm like, I want to do it again, I don't think I would do another show. I think I would actually take a full year out. So that way I can actually finally take Justine away on holiday. Because the last time we were away on holiday was our honeymoon, which was like fucking 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually Brody on holiday. So I don't know. I generally don't think I would. If that was the case, I'd be taking a year out. But then that also then means me and Neil don't line up for maybe 2 years. Because one of the boxes I want to tick is going up against him.
Yeah.
But
let's say you get an invite to the British.
Do I win or do I not win? Do I win or do I not win?
No, but I'm saying, are you going? If you get the invite, are you going?
It depends, because me and Neil have got the same kind of theory on this. If I don't come first in my class and I get an invite, I'm not going to the British.
Yeah.
Because there's folk, I'm pretty sure, see at your show, Neil, the NABA, there's folk that came first and didn't even get an invite to the British. Was it not?
I don't know. No idea.
Unless I'm reading into that wrong. But I remember there's folk who came second going invited to the British and folk who came first didn't.
Yeah.
Unless I'm totally fucking wrong. If I am, I'm sorry.
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't know. I didn't really.
But if I come first and I get invited to the British, I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't.
I mean, I'd be in the mindset of if I didn't come first and I got an invite, I'm not going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I did win, I think it'd be a different story. If I won the class, I would probably go.
Yeah.
There's so many factors, though, is there? Like, you can go to a really shit lineup of a show and come first. Then you can go to a stack show and be obliterated and blown out of the water and come last.
Yeah.
You know? So imagine you go to a shit lineup of show, you come first, you get invited to the British, you go to the British, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, potentially, but that could happen. Yeah, but you could win a strong lineup and go to the British and still get fucking absolutely humped.
Well,
so I think the fact that you've come first qualifies you, regardless, to be able to go to the British. I think if you come second, third, fuck it, some classes fucking inviting people down as 4, 5, 6 places. Or getting invites.
No.
After the first place, nah, fuck that, I wouldn't be going. You know what I mean? Like, I came second and got, it happened if I came third and got an invite and didn't go.
Yeah. Because I think that's why the guys were asking beforehand if you've got another show lined up. Because you're not dying down just for the sake of one show.
No.
But then your situation is like totally different to what mine is.
Yeah.
Like everybody's got their own things going on.
Yeah, of course, yeah, of course. I Yeah, it's a good one though because a lot of people I think going on their first time show, including myself, and everyone I've spoken to going on first time show, the common answer is I don't know if I'm going to enjoy this or not, and I'm yet to hear one person turn around and say I hated it.
Yeah.
Everyone's questioned whether or not they're going to enjoy it, and then
That's what I think is like.
Yeah, so that's why. I mean, I was like that. Even myself was like, I've got no idea if I'm going to enjoy this. And I was a bit like you. I said I'm only ever going to do one show because I just want to take it off. Did that one show and was like, this is fucking ace.
See, I'm under the impression though one show get all done because obviously the reason why I'm competing is just more marketing and branding, like to get more better photos. But I'm actually at the like considering the fact of get that done, fully off cycle, do my 5 weeks clear, then get bloods PCT and actually come off. Like that's the thought process.
Well, I was only ever going to do one cycle as well.
Pardon?
I always said I was only ever going to do one cycle as well. I fucking love that.
I'll be fucking TRT for life.
Just like that 14-year-old at Impact.
Well, regarding other shows, as sad as this might actually sound to you, like, see when I'm like watching, like even pros when I'm watching them compete on stage, I'm like, I fucking want to do that. Like, I want to be on stage that badly, and I think that in my head, I don't think I'm anything special. I always say this. I always fucking say this to people. Like, I don't think I'm anything special in the bodybuilding world. I've got a lot of work to do, but I would like to win one show this season coming. And for that, that'll be like, right, okay, that was worth it.
That's like the whole Dorian Yates thing. He goes, if I don't win this, I'm packing it up. And then he won his
I
first
think
show.
If I went through an entire season and didn't win one show or didn't get one place in, I would still train, but I would not take into consideration any bodybuilding shows.
I've got a slightly different take, having now done it. And this is not about being less competitive, because obviously I still want to win. But I loved it that much that see if I came last, I would still do another one.
Yeah. Well, this is my thing. So take the Olympia, for example. There's 31 people this year at the Open? 32?
Easy. I'd say it's in the 30s anyway, it's fucking wild.
Right. Good bodybuilders are getting sent home. Like literally after 15 or something like that, they're packing their bags off the fucking pop. This is probably just me in the way that I think, and it's totally wrong. I honestly believe this is totally wrong how I think anyway. Say, for example, you've got somebody and you're looking at Nick Walker and your physique is a lot fucking smaller and you know you're not going to beat the cunt. I am literally at the point, if you know you're not going to place at Olympia, why turn up?
I think
that's where I am. Purely because
see if there's 30 people there, but 30 folk, right? Say there's 30, I know it's a little bit more or whatever, but say there's 30 folk on the Olympia stage and you come 30th. Out of the fucking millions of bodybuilders in the world, you're still in the top 30 in the world. And you've stood on the biggest stage. Like,
but then you could say that's like Hardy standing next to Andrew Jack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I would. It's all. Well, it's not. I don't think it's about. See, nowadays they're starting to change everything. It's not about like how much mass you've got anymore. Like they're starting to. I think like Olympia-wise, they're coming away from that.
Yeah.
They're starting to come into like more like aesthetic looking physiques and like, look at Jamie Johal. He's now going into classic.
You could put. That's not a bad move for him. You could put. Like I'm going to say it again, but I just think it's one of the best looks ever. Lee Labrada, 91. You could put him on any stage in Britain, pretty much. At his 91 show in today's era, you fucking wipe them at 175 pounds.
Yeah.
Incredible.
What was he? 79 key.
Yeah, 175 pounds, whatever that is.
What were you on stage, Neil? Just as a comparison.
Around about 180.
Okay.
So just for that comparison, so it was £3 fucking or £5 heavier and looked half the fucking, or a quarter of the size of that fucking Neil Labrador in 991. So
Yeah.
you got your calculator out.
I'm actually looking at Leader Brother 91.
All right.
Because, right, this is the thing. See, when you're doing your top 5 Olympia predictions that you put in the chat, I was actually struggling because I'll be honest, I don't really fucking follow it that much. I really don't. Like, I follow Nick Walker, I follow like some of the other people, but I'm not actually like, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Know who I was more excited to see the whole of this year was Cal Racing's client. What's his name? He was on the podcast with Fuad.
The one that
What?
looks like Hercules. His hair is long.
No, Mark Hector.
Oh yeah.
He was literally like the one person I like religiously followed this year, purely for the amount of progress he made and how he's looking and shit like that. It was ace. Like,
and especially mental.
Was that?
There's a lot of that this year, though.
Yeah.
So much improvement.
Yeah.
Did you see what Mark Hector did between the Arnolds and now?
Mm-hmm.
Insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's the same with Samson Dowda. The fucking changes he's made is just fucking mental. I mean, what is he's still like fucking 320 pounds or something.
300 pounds.
He actually weighs 300 pounds.
Oh, fuck, are we going into this? I felt cringy. I put my Instagram of me and my Aldi shop and I said we go to 220.
Do you know what? I was actually going to pick up one with you about that. Don't do that again. That's cringy.
Why? Because I'm picking a weight.
That's like
nobody cares what weight you're trying to get to except from you.
That's like being an amateur bodybuilder doing one show and you've got Road to Pro in your bio.
Oh, that's what we're going to go for. That's what we're going to fucking put. Right, so composure. Do you feel it is acceptable?
Yes. Yeah, I know you're right.
Right. Do you feel it is acceptable to tag, and it's not just one, it's how many fucking pros in a post every single time? Bear in mind, you're not being sponsored by people's companies. You don't even know the athletes. What's the point? Like, I'm not being funny. If I get tagged in these fucking shitty spam things on Instagram and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Delete. If I seen somebody doing that with me, I'd be like, what's this? But I mean, a lot of people seem to do it. Why?
Unless you're being coached by an IFBB pro, you shouldn't be tagging in.
That's it. That's how I feel.
Or if you're buying their products, people do that. Do you know what I mean? They'll like say using so and so's. That's fair enough.
But are you really going to be buying Big Rami's fucking supplement company Red Rex stuff? No. Yeah, no. And then right. So imagine you do a post, right? You're posing, and you're going to tag what? Big Ramy for his Red Rex. Then you're going to be tagging Fuad Abiad for what? Hostile. Then you're going to be tagging fucking Andrew Dract for what? Then you're going to be tagging fucking somebody else for what else?
No. I see that. Like, no, I think it's cringy as fuck when you tag a heap of pros for no reason, except when you're obviously just trying to get exposure, but they really don't care who you are. But yeah, if you like, I mean, I've tagged obviously John Lofthouse because I stole one of his quotes.
Yeah.
I tagged him. It's like giving them credit if you're using something of theirs.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Better credit. But like putting up a shot of yourself, pulling a pose, and then you click on it and you see like fucking 20 IFBB pros tagged in this. What are you doing? You look really fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's not like you're the next big thing. You're not. Do you know what I mean? This one. Yeah, you're not.
I think that mentality comes from his training environment, though, or people's training.
Well, we're not just talking about one person, Ellis.
Yeah.
Cortisol.
No, but general. I'll say in general. It's sad. The bottom line is it's just sad. You're just trying to pimp yourself out to as many people as possible, hoping with everything in you that maybe one of them might just be like, "I sound good work, mate."
I've personally never done it. The only people I've ever tagged in my posts are yourselves, the likes of Danny, and whoever coaches me, like my
Yeah, but
coach.
we're your prep team though, so it's a bit different.
Yeah.
Like the last time I seen fucking Big Ramy wasn't in anybody's fucking prep team in Aberdeen.
No. But it's just
Like,
like
I have tagged folks. I've tagged like I say John Lofthouse because I stole his quote. I've tagged Rob Taylor because we were in his gym.
You had a
Or,
shirt with his face on.
Yeah, or I've tagged obviously Nathan because we were the same thing. We were in his gym, but also like if they post something that's worth resharing, like crediting them for it instead of just stealing their post, I'll be like, oh, so and so's hit the nail on the head or whatever. But yeah, I wouldn't just put up a post to myself and then just tag a heap of people.
yeah.
No, what was
I've never
ace?
thought myself.
Sorry,
Yeah.
and this is going into like the whole tagging people, but it's like when you nail head in. Like if you share a story or whatever and you tag them. Do you remember there was a time where a post got shared and it was tagged with a manufacturer, Jordan Peters, and somebody else because they couldn't get hold of the manufacturers?
Oh, I think. Wait.
Yeah.
For this.
Right? Neil knows what I'm on about. JP was tagged in that post, and I reshared it, and I tagged JP in it because I was like, oh, well, also because he's very well known with this manufacturer, like he's got a lot of his stuff in his environment. JP had a conversation back and forth with me, like, don't get it wasn't a conversation. It's like fucking he went, I went, he went, I went, he went, and that was it. Right? Yeah. He still took time out of his day to have a chat with a random cunt he's got no business talking to because what for? Right? Mm-hmm. And he was literally saying, great bit of kit, absolutely perfect. I went, yeah, it's absolutely amazing. I love what they've done with what is that. He goes, in the end, reply back saying, oh no, if you tried this bit of kit, it's even better. So he's actually having a conversation. He took time out of his day to have a conversation.
Yeah.
The other person replied, I'm already tagged in that. Why am I already tagged? Why am I already tagged? It's like, cool. Fine. Sound.
It's the problem. The fucking social media is a bit of a clusterfuck, is it? Yeah. Really.
If you, I know what you mean. If you've got one of the most like renowned people in bodybuilding in the UK taking time to message you, but Tom, Dick, and Harry from down the street thinks that he doesn't have to, like, fuck off.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was showing Justine. I was like, look, it's JP. He's like, who's JP?
I got a message, right? I got a message post show when we were driving away from the venue.
This from Ali.
Eh?
This is the one from Ali.
No. And it came up on my screen. JP wants to message you. I was like, because I was like post show and everything and all that, kind of like fucking up to my eyes and food, and I was like, fuck, JP just messaged me, opened it up, and it was like a random account being like, you juiced up joke.
Yeah,
like,
it was Katie Stalker. Katie Stalker fucking messaged straight after the show.
I know. I was like, all right. Okay, the disappointment that ran through my body was just like, I got a message from JP, not realising, I didn't even notice there was no like picture next to it. And I was like, JP's messaging me, fucking quality.
Lads, the sponsorship's here. The sponsorship's here.
but going from that, I think that's what people tag all these IFBB pros, hoping that they're going to turn around and either like their post or comment on their post.
Yeah. Well, look at Leon. Leon got followed by Rough Diesel.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah.
That is nuts.
He likes his posing like videos. Like
Keon Pearson's liked a few of Carby's pictures. I'm like, I'll pimp you out. But yeah, okay. Do you know who I had a good conversation with once a few years ago, like on Instagram? Bobby Dowtrick.
Why does it ring a bell?
Well, it should do because he owns Axel Sledge with Seth Rosen.
That's the one.
One that does Iron Man and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And it was a conversation over Dr. Pepper and cream soda. I genuinely. So obviously in the States they get all their fancy fucking drinks. Now I love cream soda, Dr. Pepper. But in the States you can get a combination of the two in one can.
Yeah.
And he posted that. I was like, that looks fucking ace. And he replies like, it's the best thing I've ever fucking. And we had this conversation for about an hour about how good fucking cream soda and Dr Pepper were. I was like, I need to go fucking mix the two of them together.
Do you know what? It sounds really good. It sounds really good, to be honest.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
fucking
heard this
love
new
Dr Pepper.
craze? Folk are mixing.
Yeah.
So Pepsi have got an ad campaign now with Lindsay Lohan, where you mix Pepsi with milk. And folk are saying
Fanta.
it's fucking banging.
It's Fanta.
Is it Fanta?
Fanta with milk.
Right. I'm not even a fan of like a Coke float or anything like that. So to that, to me, this sounds
They're all
fucking.
like,
No, see, when I used to work in
I
bars.
used to have Coke floats when I was a kid.
Coke floats are fucking ace.
See, when I used to work at bars and folk would ask like for a White Russian, I'd be like, why? Like that's going to be curdling in your fucking stomach for your whole night. Why would you want that?
Supposedly this combination though is meant to taste like an alcoholic beverage or something like that.
Is it?
Yeah, supposedly.
Sounds pretty minging, but Lindsay Lohan's pretty minging.
What is it supposed to taste like? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to taste like Bucks Fizz. I'm not too sure.
Wow.
Why?
So
I'm pretty sure that's just orange juice and fucking champagne. So where's the fucking milk coming from? God.
Oh, did you say Bucks Fizz? Sorry, I thought you were on about Buckfast. Sorry. That's why I screwed my face up. I was like, fucking hell, Buckfast is fucking minging, but just drink it because it's cheap.
No, Buckfast's amazing.
Is it?
Right. I don't think I've ever had it.
In the freezer, 5 hours down it.
When did you last have MD 2020?
2015.
I remember the day well.
Yeah, Tina Park.
Oh,
2015.
Oh wait, was that the time you told us about in the tent though?
I wasn't about thinking I was growing a tail.
Oh no.
Oh, Prem's gonna be so fucking fun with you.
Oh yes.
Oh fuck out.
Oh Jesus Christ.
But no, that's probably the last time I've ever had that like MD 2020, like probably Tina Park 2015.
It's grim. Like it's the same with dragon soup and stuff like that. I tried it once. It's just chemical in a can.
Oh, like that stuff is grim.
That's Jakey juice, like it is. Yeah.
I still remember Hooch.
Hooch is alright. Hooch is lemonade.
Like lemonade.
That was the first like fucking alcohol, was it?
Yeah, pretty much. Smirnoff Ice.
Yeah, Bacardi Breezers. Or Wickeds. See when you go like on Wickeds, like visit the kids call these days party. Kids call these days fucking hell, it's really bad. Is it party shooters where you put the straw in it?
Oh.
Yeah, you just put it in.
Aye. I tried doing that once and I nearly choked because I never realised you're meant to fucking leave the straw fucking open. I fucking pinned it in. And I was like
oh god, aye, fucking alcohol. You just taste like feel the fucking sugar on your teeth. Ugh. I'll stick to an aged rum.
Yeah,
like
rum or
sophisticated
gin.
man. Yeah.
go ask, how's your kidneys feeling? Because you were meant to be you never went out, did you? Right.
No, they were fine actually, to be fair. They were fine a couple of days after. It could have just been a fucking one night, but I mean, I fucking barely drink now. You know what I mean? So it's you have one or two or something, but yeah. I never went out on Friday.
I can't remember the last time I had an alcoholic drink. I generally think it was
Lockdown.
Yeah,
No.
no.
Stag, yeah, Darren stag do.
Yeah, last time I had a drink was Aaron Stag Do, which was May.
Yeah, around about time.
Before April. But I'm very much of like it doesn't do anything to me. I drank enough through lockdown. Like I was going through a bottle of gin a night in lockdown. Like a bottle of gin a night, fucking episode of Tiger King. That was me sorted. Like
I don't know. See, like if I'm in the mood for it, like I can sit and have a good few drinks and stuff. If it's like the right set and the right mood, but I wouldn't just. I mean, just for the fucking sake of it.
Do you not mind? Was it the night you got back from your show? You poured yourself a rum and you didn't really touch it. Yeah.
Fucking poured it out. Too, I was looking forward to it as well. I was like, fucking, I'm gonna have a rum when I get back. Poured it out. I think I took one sip of it and just went, like, man. But yeah, I don't know. Like I say, my problem is, and like from many of us that train, moderation doesn't really exist. So once I start, if I'm properly in the mood, I can fucking drink all night, and that's just no good for anyone. So I just tend to fucking avoid it now.
What about you? Oh, 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 lads, lads! I just had a coaching query coming through my emails. Today is a good
Excellent,
day.
fantastic.
Fantastic.
Good.
Which appointment. Sorry, Ellis. When was your last drink? Was it two? It
May.
wasn't 2015. Tell me, please tell me it wasn't
No,
2015.
no. It was May this year. It was probably my last drink that I had. Well, for a couple of pals, and I don't drink a lot anyway. Like never. I got all that shit out of my system when I was young.
Okay.
I tend to find nothing good happens if I drink.
Nah. When you see when you live in a little town called like Portlethen when you're younger, nothing else to do, mate. So you just
So where you grew up?
Yeah.
Was it actually?
Portlethen.
Huh.
Stonehaven was the same.
Yeah. I used to go through Stonehaven quite a lot. They go through parties there quite a lot, to be honest. But I got all that shit out of my system. Obviously, I had a massive scare with my liver. 2014 was it? Yeah, 2014. So basically, I can't drink to certain extents anymore. Like you'll get like a 2 day, 3 day hangover max. Mine will go on for 10 days.
Fuck that. It's not worth it.
But like that was a few years ago now. Obviously, your liver's a regenerating organ,
Yeah.
so
I was waiting to say.
it's back to full. Like I have to get my bloods done for it yearly.
Yeah.
So do you just like
back,
sneak a little bit of like the hormone testing at the same time? Just going to just trip it into another tube?
Yeah.
That's good thinking. I like that.
That's what I was. That was obviously there for when I was in Portlethen Medical Centre. When you I sent in what's up.
Was that at the actual time? Did you get them to do your test at the same time?
Yeah. Like because they were already doing it, like they did it for me.
That's nice. That's actually really sound because a lot of folk wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
I've had the same doctor there for past like 15 year, 16 year. Obviously, I phone him like even if I wake up in the morning, like if my urine's like a strange color, even like I'm not dehydrated because like that's what like the main telltale sign for me was when I started to notice my liver was going. My urine became like Coca-Cola.
Okay, yeah.
So like if I have anything, if it's ever sore, obviously he knows that I'm assisted. I'm on the assisted route. He knows all this, so that's why I genuinely stay away from any orals as well. Because
I was wondering that you said beforehand you stay well clear of them. I was like what's the like?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why that totally makes sense?
What another part is like orals doesn't matter what I'm taking, it will literally fuck my appetite and it will do it very quickly.
Yeah.
Very, very quickly. But obviously the main factor is I've had liver problems. So that's why I just don't touch orals. Because obviously they go through your body twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No good. I fucking love them.
Don't get me wrong.
Neil passing like fucking smarties. You've just seen it. Seen we're going to Future Fitness and we're driving there. We're what, like half an hour out from Future or something like that. And you're like, right, Adderall time. And he's like diffing them out in the car like this. Here's one for you, one for me, one for you.
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like. I used to take. Do you ever remember these like back a while ago? Used to get the packets of Oxys and they were in a white packet, and they were like Elite de Pharma. That's what they were called. They were mental things. And I that was the first ever drug I ever took in my life, and I must have been about 21 when I first ever tried it. Didn't inject for like a few years after that though. They were good. They were some good.
I think you just took one at a time. Did you didn't go to like 100 megs or anything or
100? There were. I think there were tens, like 10 milligram tablets, and I think I would take 1 a.m. like 1 in the morning. There would be like 2 pre-workout and 2 before bed. I'll take like 50 mg a day.
Good. Because that's the thing. There's debates about that. Like, for some people say, well, Dave Crosland's a big believer of if you're going to take an oral, for the hit you're going to get, he provides you to get one at a time. Where some people will also split it in the morning, in the night, because of the half-life period and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then the day you're still going to get the same fucking impact in. So it's always good to see how other folk are trying it, because stuff like that.
Most of my orals would always be just like VAR, for instance, when I was on prep, was just like 60 mg a day, and it would be 30 before an hour before like session, and then 30 before my bed.
Yeah.
I remember, like, must be the first time on Oxys, and it was like, I can't remember what brand it was, but it doesn't matter. But you know how you get the powder build up in the bottom of the bag, like the green powder? I was like, so I took my last one, I was like, oh fuck. I was like, no idea how much of that powder is fucking Oxy, but I poured it into my pre-workout as well. I was taking the tablet and mixed it up, so I just fucking scoop a fucking like Panadol powder into my pre-workout. Aye, you talk about that fucking Nora pump being counterproductive. See the fucking headache I got from that fucking. I've no idea how much it was. It could be fucking 200 milligrams.
Well, that's the thing. Did you not take? You took 100 mg that day, was it not? Was that the time you told me you took 2 oxys and then you did the powder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fuck knows how much, but yeah, I'm completely pointless because the fucking headache that came out from that was just fucking brain. Yeah.
I've, like I say, I did it. I ran it for a week, no hunger suppression whatsoever. I was really surprised, and I got fucking ill. Like, see, when you've got a child who goes to the nursery, sickness happens fucking day in, day out, and I was fucking floored.
Oh.
So I've still got a couple more weeks left before I get to play with that fun stuff. But I'll beat my off-season target anyway, so I'm anything that happens now is a fucking plus.
My first cycle of Oxy was absolutely fine. In terms of like appetite suppression, I never really noticed it. Second time round, I now get to about 3 or 4 weeks, then I'm just fucked.
Did you front load or did you back load in your first cycle?
Just took it all the time.
The whole way through?
Whole way through.
Wow.
Yeah. So whatever, 50, whatever, 7.
Did your bloods come back? Did you get your bloods taken in between that?
You've seen them. That's that video I put into the group chat.
The wallpaper paste.
Yeah.
Fuck that one.
Yeah.
That's like that's honestly the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Aye, I was fucking minging.
I can't. I'm flinching not just talking about it.
You had me paranoid after that video was sent. Obviously, I did my med checks, and
you should have sent it on the day it goes blood's done. That would be funny.
No, but it says obviously take your bloods in the morning, like first thing in the morning, get the blood going, blah blah. So stupidly enough, when it came through the door, luckily you get 3 things to prick your finger with. Because the first one I did, I came in from work and just did it. And it's like, do the side of your finger, and like enough blood should come out to fill this. And like, I got 1 drop, and then I looked down and it's like dangling. I'm like, I was like, fuck.
Oh wait, so every time you've got bloods done by Medichecks being the finger prick test?
Yeah.
Every time?
Yeah.
Is that just like the 70 quid hormone thing then? Or
149.99? It's like
I went for that one. That's the thing, I went for that, but they actually drew my blood at Temple Clinic.
Yeah, but there's options. When you're on the payment, there's options.
Is there? Fuck, I would have rather gone that. Like,
so you ended up paying it. I think you paid an extra 15, 20 quid to get that done.
Yeah. You can either do that or you can get somebody to come out and do it at your house.
Yeah.
But I never knew you could do the finger prick test.
I'll do it for you.
No. Fucking harpoon it in.
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing. I remember speaking to Kyle about this, and Kyle was saying like he hated the finger prick test because like by the time you try to drip a little bit in, it start congealing.
Yeah.
You know?
But I did try it in the morning when I first woke up. So basically I went out, walked the dogs, came back, drink a big drink of water, waited half an hour, and then I did it, and as soon as I pricked the side of my finger, it was pissing.
All right, okay.
Like it was actual pissing of blood. And I managed to get every bit that I needed.
So have you had the results back yet?
No, I should have them back by tomorrow though. But like I sent them off. So I got them on the Tuesday. I sent them off by the Wednesday morning.
Yeah, that's when you're meant to send them off, isn't it? They prefer on a Wednesday by the time it gets there, they can get testing and shit. Yeah.
So they've probably are in testing it because I've checked my account. There's none. There's no data that's came back yet. So I'm just waiting for that. But the thing is, I feel fine. So there's nothing wrong with me just now. So, but obviously there could be something underneath that we don't know about. So waiting for that to come back until like I've been obviously my peds have been increased slightly, but nothing drastic at all.
Yeah.
Just until we wait for that to come back. So when that comes back, everything will increase if everything's like good and set and level.
Is there an idea of what you're going to be on, or is it just that 2 compounds?
No, so I will speak about it on here. To be honest, there was a conversation between me and my coach, and obviously, Slyn was talked about, but I turned that down instantly. Yeah. I don't want to fuck with that. But I think I am going to go down the route of growth in this off season. Probably do we'll do I don't know 6 months worth. See, take it from there. So 5 IU a day.
It's not as much as Liver King. Liver King was taking what $11,000 worth of growth a month.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. No wonder he had no wonder his waist was that thick and his abs were like protruding.
Who would have thought he was on?
I know. Surprise, surprise.
I know. Surprise, surprise.
But yeah, I think obviously Leon's just saying that we've got a good runway ahead of us, and we've got so much things at our disposal that we can use.
Yeah.
That being food wise as well, not just drugs.
Yeah, because your food's quite low right now. It's not low, but it's a maintenance right now.
I can eat. I have no trouble with that food doubling at all. Like I'm at 3.7 just now. I could easily double that. No bother. So I've done it myself. Like I've obviously meal prepped myself before. I got myself up to 6.5, nearly 7, and it was body composition was okay, but then I probably wasn't using the right sources of food.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Some of my food was clean, but for instance, I would use 200 grams of Cocoa Pops post workout.
From that.
And then I'd use 250 grams cream of rice pre-workout. But then I'd have let's say 180 grams of mince with 250 grams of pasta for 2 meals, and then I'd have there would be a lot of carbs. So I think the carbs and the fats probably, my protein as well. Protein was probably sitting say 300-400.
Yeah,
but I wasn't being coached by that time. It was just me doing it for myself. So I know that I can push food high. I can push food high. And obviously if my body composition suffers a little bit, then we'll pull it back in. But
we're at the point now where conversations have been had to Cam. I started with him and it was the first week my weight actually dropped. And I was like, mate, I'm really sorry. I've just had a really shit week. I've been that busy with things. I've been trying to get my food in, but things happened. And also, because I basically check every second week, I've got a business call with him. And every week I've got an actual check-in with him, physically. Yeah. And this is the week where it's the business call. And this is the time where, remember when Justine cracked her alloy? So I had to go out, fix that. Then her dad had a blowout that night. So I had to go all the way to Ellen, fix that. And I never got in. I was actually at the gym, took my pre-workout, got a phone from Justine in tears saying she was in the back road, car being broken down. Yeah. And it was literally, I changed his tire and I was like this the whole time. So I was fucking jaked at my nut. And I never got back into maybe 10 o'clock, maybe 10:30 or whatever. And I was like, I wouldn't even bother about my fucking food. It was the last thing on my mind. Showered, went to bed because I was up at 5:30 the next day for a client.
Yeah.
So I said to Cam, and this is why I fucking broke down and stuff like that. He's like, you did the right thing. But if you need to make it more calorie-dense meals, we will. And I was like, let me get it clean, because I prefer having clean food, because I feel better on it. I feel fuller. and weight still going up, but the next increase in calories is going to be shit food because I'm getting 5,600 of clean food. Anything after that, like I've got appetite's increasing a touch, but the next time it's going to be Pop-Tarts or added in or something like that in the morning. So I'll be an easy like 300, 350 calories.
Not use any like glucose, just like disposal agents, like GDAs.
Right. There was talk about going on insulin before, and I'm not a fan of it.
No.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the idea. GDAs I've never used, to be fair. I've never used them. But it's something to be open to try. But I've just always just been getting the fucking food in, just try and move to make yourself make yourself feel less bloated, kind of thing. Like,
right, like there is shops out there that obviously give you a little bit of.
I'll be back in a second.
MK677. You wait to say that, mate? Yeah, I thought so.
Well, he's just bugging off saying, "Fuck this."
Yeah, that's it. Fucking they're talking about SARMs. How dare they? No, that has crossed my mind. Don't get me wrong. That has really fucking crossed my mind. But yeah, it's just my appetite's slightly going up, but I don't know whether I was saying this to Cam. I don't enjoy eating, not at all. The thing that gets me through eating is the fact that every single week my weight is going up, my strength is going up, and I know how I should be looking in X amount of time before we go into a maintenance phase to then go into prep. That's what gets me through eating all the fucking meals. Like you see me at the top, I was eating this fucking thing, and it's oats, and it's a fucking slog.
Yeah.
You know. So
like I used to,
and it's 12:30, 11:30 at night. I've got 2 more fucking meals I need to eat.
Yeah, I've got one more. One more because I couldn't. Like I sat down. I always had to nip out to get something sorted, and then came back. Yeah, came back, and I was like, "Eat now." No, then you literally when I contemplated eating it, it was like, no, sorry, contemplated cooking it.
Yeah,
you were like, oh, invite sent. I was like, oh fuck it, I'll just come on.
There's also like you just can't be arsed eating. You'd rather sit down and watch TV for 5. Like I set timers. I'm really bad for it. Like I'll go right 9:30. I'm going to eat my meal. It gives me half an hour sit and chill. And it gets to 9:30. I'm like, you know what, fuck, I'm going to push it back a little bit longer. And by the time you know that, meal 2 then rolls into meal fucking 3, and then also
like don't get me wrong. Like at the moment, obviously because I've been pulled back to maintenance, like I'm hungry.
Yeah,
I'm hungry all the fucking time. My appetite's through the roof. But it wasn't before. Like before I was coming off of maintenance, like before I was put back on maintenance, I was like, I can't be arsed eating this last meal.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But I would do it. Don't get me wrong, I would just eat it for the sake of eating it, like to get it down. But there was times where I was like, I can't really be arsed eating tonight. Like I'd rather just chill and just watch TV.
That's it.
I think everyone gets it that though.
Yeah.
Is there any other topics or conversations you would like to bring up, lads? That's us approaching like the 2 hour mark.
Nah. I was going to say we could do the top 5 predictions, but if you don't follow it, what's the fucking point?
I don't think Rami is winning this year. And I think this is Bumstead's last year.
I'm gonna say this, right. So I obviously said last time that I'll see Bum's got it this year. I don't think he does. Have you seen how Rough Diesel's looking just now?
Yep.
Bearing in mind, right, there's no comparison between how Rough Diesel poses and Chris Bumstead poses. Chris just doesn't really, I don't think he poses. Like he hits shots, he doesn't pose.
Yeah.
Right? The flow that Rough Diesel's got, like, and the physique he's bringing, I think that aids him to win the Olympia, classic wise.
Yeah. Do you think the name carries him though? Like, don't like Ronnie, for example. Yeah. There's some years Ronnie didn't look his best, but he still won.
And then Phil Keith. Sometimes he didn't come in on point all the time. Jay Cutler, but they all still won for years and years and years. And it's like, why?
Yeah, last year you can see why Chris won it because his back was. Everybody's seen that back, the shot from before and after. Everybody's seen that, so you can see why. But this year, I think I I don't
I
see
think
it.
he's still going to get it this year, but it'll be a political win almost.
Yeah, that's how I'm seeing it as.
And I
I
think
think
he'll retire.
yours has got third this year. I think personally, I think he's got third, and I think he's only going to improve his placings.
Oh, yeah, of course. He's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
His posing's good as well. He's starting to get better at his posing. He's got more flow through his poses now. What's the other boy's name again?
Dino.
No. Fuck, I
Logan.
can't remember. The other black boy. What is his name?
Rion.
Rayon.
But he's not doing it.
Is he not?
No, I think he's moved in. He's moved into 2-1-2, I think.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's
he's
not,
not in
that's not a bad move for him, to be honest.
He's fucking quality as well, but he's getting on a bit.
That's not a bad move for him. Yeah, he's getting on, but I reckon that rough Diesel maybe he's got it this year, but you could be correct as well saying that politically C-Bum's got it.
I think he does. I think he'll get it and then he'll retire and that'll be it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, I've got Rough down at fourth, like.
It's the
I
fours you see.
I don't follow him though, so I don't really
So
see his updates
your,
that make sense. Eh?
who's your top?
What C-Bum,
Classic.
Urs, Dino, Rough, and then either Curry or Logan.
Oh, I forgot Logan Franklin's doing this one.
I don't
Right.
like him.
Are we thinking Neil Curry's going to hit the weight cap?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, easy.
I think
he's only got £10 to go.
£9 to go, but I feel so sorry. I felt so sorry because he put in his Instagram. I think it was the day or yesterday. He was shopping in Walmart with his missus, and all he came in for was water. And then she took him to like the donuts. She took him to the cereal aisle, and he's like, "I'm going to the car because I'm hungry. I need to leave."
you see though, is like as a bodybuilder, he's like, how the fuck is she not getting water retention from this? Like, yeah. He's like, if we did that, you'd be like, our ankles would be swollen, our faces would be out here. And it's true.
Yeah.
But then again, our body's not used to all that saturated fats.
I think for him to hit the weight cap, do you not think there's going to be some type of like sauna? I'm going to be stepping out a little bit. I think there's going to be some sauna work involved to try and get him to drop weight.
Yeah, there's a lot more sauna work involved than you think in athletes.
Yeah,
that you just don't hear about.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he'll be not doing himself any favors to get down there, but he'll make it. He'll make it, and then he'll fill out.
I don't see that. Like, I think that he personally, like, his physique is amazing. I think he's doing himself an injustice by being in classic.
It's small. See how he sits at 240.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
he's peeled at 240. He's definitely like deteriorating tissue by the point that he's getting when he's dropping weight. He's dropping tissue. He's not dropping fat. I don't think he's got any more fat.
He doesn't think he is though.
There has to be a compromise somewhere between.
There has to be, yeah.
If you're looking like that at 240, and then you need to be 215. Do you know, like, if you're
like 240 to 215, if you've got body fat on you, is a fair cut in itself. But 240, 215, when you're already lean, is
like, personally, he's doing himself an injustice.
I don't know. Has he said if he's moved into opener or plans to move into opener? Has he said? I'm sure he mentioned
something on the Fuad podcast.
Yeah, but I wasn't.
He said he basically on Fuad's podcast. He said that he's got a few more years of classic than he wants to move into open. And even Fuad turned around and said he's like that kind of could be a bit counterproductive.
Yeah.
How old is he?
33, I think.
It's not that much time left, really.
No, it's really scary because he's 2 years older than me. Like, this is the thing I can't get ahead of the age. Cam, my coach, is younger than me.
My coach is younger than me.
They're fucking monsters.
Yeah, but if they've always if they've always trained, I don't know. Yeah, fuck knows.
But I will say this to you as well, Niall, because I'll say it to myself, I'll say it to you.
Yes.
If me and you kept, let's say our diet was 100% and we were consistent from Bodyworks days to now,
Yeah.
how would you stand against, physique-wise looking, how would you stand against your coach? How would I stand against mine?
Oh, he'd still blow me out of the fucking water. I'm not being funny. Have you seen him? The cunt would fucking eat me.
But then I think a lot with your coach as well, like genetics come into play.
Yeah, the other thing is, like,
he's got big wrists, a big jawline.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? He was probably a bigger built lad before he even hit the gym anyway.
He wasn't actually. Like, see,
No?
when you look at his photo, so 4 years effectively is what he's done his kind of like transformation in, from being like men's physique to where he is now.
Yeah.
But I think what he had was he had guidance. He also put in the money for education. He had, day in, day out, eating meals and stuff like that. What I had was I was just doing it because I wanted to get lean for my wedding. Then after that, I had that big fucking depression thing, and I never trained for over a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then getting back into it, I was just training just to train. It wasn't like to get like or eat. My nutrition has always been shit. I've never eaten enough, never. And the only time I actually did properly see a huge change is when I signed up with Cam. And that's the only time I would say I've actually properly grown tissue. Like, I've grown a little bit of muscle over time by beginner games, but I would say the only time I've actually probably grown tissue is since signing up with Cam. And that was, what was it, within the pace six? Well, my first cycle I gained 50 pounds.
Well.
You know?
Yeah.
And I grew a pair of legs out of it. Well, sorry, I grew a pair of quads because I've got no fucking hammies or calves.
Yeah, I'm very happy that I took myself through a prep because I was able to do a good rebound out of it, and that's
it.
That's where I built my legs because I had no legs before that.
Yeah, I think people see when you give somebody a diet plan and say, for example, they want to gain muscle, they want to be a lot bigger. They don't realize you have to get lean and sensitive in order for you to get the best out of it. So I'll be honest, I fought one of my previous coaches on this tooth and fucking nail. So I was coached by Chris beforehand, and he was like, "What we're going to do is we're going to get you lean first." I was like, "But I don't want to be lean. I want to be bigger." He's like, "Trust me, we need to get you lean." So Chris Barr, and
that's the man that can get himself in fucking ferocious shape.
Oh yes,
scary. One person I'm surprised hasn't competed a lot more because he was coached by Andy at one point.
Yeah. That's a fucking machine, like.
Yeah, so he basically got me lean, and I was like, right, now I see why we have to do this. But I was fighting him every fucking week, and it's almost like I didn't give it everything I did, but because I knew what we had to do when I signed up with Cam, it made the process so much fucking easier. I was like, right, we're just basically getting lead, so we'll have to rebound off this, rather than me fighting him tooth and fucking nail the whole way through. Like, I don't think I've ever had, well, to be fair, I've never once missed a check-in with Cam. I've never once, if I've ever asked questions, it's never been a case of, like, what's the point in doing this? It's always been, all right, so we're doing this instead of that. So I'll say my ideas of why it would be done, and he'll give me the answer as to why it has been done. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know? So people just need to realize you have to get fucking lean first. Like, I can understand body composition totally changing, but you're not going to have somebody 4,500 fucking calories who has got no fucking abs and holding the body fat and get them fucking lean off of that.
No.
You know? So, anyway. I just went to a tangent there. I do apologize. I've got such a bad fucking habit with that. But Neil, how's things going with you? How's your off season going?
Huh?
Now you're a filthy natty.
Doesn't make do you know what? It doesn't make any difference. Well, it does make a difference, obviously, but
I prefer it sometimes.
Here's only just like everyone's like gear. And you know yourself, it's
It's so fucking tedious.
not even that, but it's like it's a very small part of everything that goes into it.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, it's I'm happy with how it's going. Obviously, I spoke to Drew the other day, just just in general. But yeah, I'm happy with how things are moving. Like I say, I'm not in any. You know, you guys have obviously got dates in mind, so there's that period where you need to grow your maintenance period, then you're cutting down. Whereas I've obviously got a bit more time on my side. So, you know, if I'm not hitting that £2 a week gain, I'm not really arsed as long as you know what I mean, as long as it's not dropping down. But
Yeah.
it's not. Nothing's ever going to be linear. So, you know, if I was gaining £2 a week every week, I'm going to be where would I be? 40, £2. I'd be sitting about fucking £290 by the time I start.
290.
Yeah.
Do you want to push that 300?
I'm not going to be because there's not going to be not every week's going to be a £2 gain, is it?
Yeah.
You know, I think it worked out. If I hit, I don't know, I could working it out roughly. The time I hit my maintenance period, I could hit 265. But what like's the body composition going to be? This is what I mean. I don't. It's not that I don't care, but I'm going by look and scale weight. Do you know what I mean? Like, as well. So,
well, look, Andy Scott. Remember when he got he did that thing when he went to 300 the first time, which was what 3-4 years ago, and it wasn't in a good he admits it wasn't a good composition, and it was like a hard prep from. But now he's at 297, and it's a damn sight better. And he says it's a lot fucking easier. Yeah.
So I don't really mind. So I'm just going to see how, like I say, keep it as long as I keep growing and not getting too fat. Like I think where I am now, I've probably got maybe 1%, 2% to go, and then I would be a bit like borderline having to rein it in. So if I keep it where it is just now, the steady growth rate is going. Say like I'm happy with £1 a week. If I'm getting £1 a week, I'm pretty chuffed. And that would still, like I say, still put us in around about that 260 mark. But if I hit 235, 240, I'll be happy in decent condition. At the moment, I'm sitting basically peak off season last year. Just now, looking better. You know, if everything in the right direction. So we're going to be bigger. That's all that matters. Really.
Yeah.
It's be made.
What are you sitting at now?
Hovering about 208, 209. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. Well, says tomorrow I'll jump on the scales. It'll be like 187 pounds. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really mind. And I'm going to do a 3 or 4 week aggressive cut in January. Probably I was going to do it at the start of January, but I'm away or meant to be away with work. Things might change.
Is this the thing you told us about?
Yeah, so we're away. Yes, we're away. But I don't know. I'll see.
Then I'll lose a leg. Just then I'll lose a leg. You'll be fine.
I'll fill you in later. I don't know how we go. So yeah, I'll just play it. If I'm away with work, I'll obviously wait until I get back. So I've got a clear run out if I've been away for a while. If I don't go away, I'll start it sooner. Just 3 or 4 weeks. Really aggressive, really fast, and then push back up again. Push everything back up. I might actually come off TRT as well. Just come off everything. Diet down really hard and then blast off to the food out of fucking gear. But we'll see.
We do not promote very high cycles on this page.
I'm going to fucking love yous and leave yous because I'm needing to get another meal in and then get to my bed.
Yeah, I think we're on anyway. Yeah.
You used to have a fucking good rest of the evening and give me a fucking shout tomorrow and we'll speak tomorrow.
Yes, sir. Okay. And I shall see you Wednesday for legs at 5:30.
Aye, definitely.
Perfect, sir.
Enjoy. Let us know how it goes.
Catch you later, guys.
See you later,
Right,
guys.
cheers, Aaron.
Bye-bye.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye bye.